A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of parquet margarine. Every day, millions of women all over America serve parquet margarine because it tastes so good.
To market, to get some parquet. Home again, try it today. You'll like it, you'll love it, like millions who say their favorite margarine is
Parkay, parquet margarine, made by Kraft. Now let's see what's going on in Summerfield tonight. Dusk has long since fallen. The little wild creatures have wrapped themselves in slumber, and the voice of the turtle is no longer heard throughout the land. But this is turtle dove stuff if we ever heard it.
Adeline.
Yes, Throckmorton.
Adeline.
Now, Throckmorton, I thought you came back because you forgot something.
I did.
What was it? Your hat?
No. My weekly kiss.
Oh, you.
Well, how about it?
Out here on the porch? All the neighbors might hear about it.
No, we won't make it a loud one.
All right.
Wait till I get on the top step. There.
Well? Pardon me, Throckmorton, the telephone.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I'd better answer it. Don't go away now.
Don't worry, I won't. I love life.
No. No. Goodbye. Wrong number, Throckmorton.
Oh?
Some man.
Men?
Wanted to know if I'd advertised a set of drums for sale.
Drums?
Well,
pucker up.
Well.
Adeline.
I declare that telephone. Excuse me again, Throckmorton. Don't you go away now, you hear?
Second fiddle to a telephone. What about all these calls at this hour of the night?
Oh, no, you didn't disturb me a bit. I wasn't doing anything important.
Oh, nothing important.
Oh, it's sweet of you to think of me like that. All right. I'll meet you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock at the Summerfield Hotel Grill.
What is this?
Goodbye.
What's going on here?
Now then, where were we?
Don't tell me that was another set of drums, Adeline.
What?
Nothing. Adeline, how'd you like to go to the movies with me tomorrow night?
Well, I'd like to, but...
Good night.
Throckmorton, what's the matter with you?
Nothing. Just happen to know you're going to the Summerfield Grill tomorrow night with somebody else.
Oh, Throckmorton, what a jealous Yankee.
I'm not jealous.
That was only one of my lady friends.
Lady friends?
Yes. We're having a meeting of the Green Thumb Flower and Garden Club.
First it was a set of drums. Now it's a flower and garden club with green thumbs. I never heard of it.
Oh, you wonderful man, you. Oh, I really believe you care for little Adeline.
Well, I was about to ask you to go steady, but good night.
Oh, now, Throckmorton, haven't you forgotten something?
Well, no. Just save it for your big date tomorrow night, the guy with the green thumbs. Good night. Green Thumb Club. I couldn't find it in the telephone directory. Oh, good morning, Mrs. Yeagley.
Good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I see you're planting something there. I suppose you're a member of the Green Thumb Flower and Garden Club.
I've never heard of it.
You haven't?
I'm just burying a bone.
What?
A My little Pekingese just loves to dig them up. Don't you, Rollo?
Good morning.
Mr. Gildersleeve,
Yes, Bessie?
you've been looking so sick all day. You didn't even go out to lunch. Don't you think you should go home?
No, Bessie. Bessie, have you ever heard of the Green Thumb Flower and Garden Club?
No, sir. Mr. Gildersleeve, now you look worse.
I feel worse. I think I'll go home. I'll just peek out of the window again, and there she comes. She looks gorgeous. And she's wearing her big picture hat. Well, that'll give him trouble. It did me. I shouldn't say this, but by George, she doesn't look like she's going to any club meeting. She's getting into the taxi. She does it so nicely.
Uncle Mort, what are you doing staring out of the window?
Just watching the sunset, Marjorie.
Uncle Mort, the sun sets on the other side of the house.
It does? Oh, yes.
Where's she going?
Going who?
Miss Fairchild.
Oh. She's going to a meeting of the Green Thumb Club, Marjorie. Yes, indeed. I was just seeing her off.
From behind the drapes? And what's the Green Thumb Club, for heaven's sake?
It's a ladies' flower and garden club, I imagine. Haven't you heard of it either?
No.
Oh.
Poor Unky. You're jealous, aren't you?
Jealous? Why should I be jealous?
Now, Unky, brooding won't do any good. Why don't you read a good book?
Well, as long as I'm staying home, I may as well improve my mind.
Boy, what a dinner. Thanks for your steak, Unc. Sorry you didn't feel like coming to the table.
I can see that, Leroy. Wipe your chin.
Aren't you going out tonight?
No, Leroy.
You're not? Do you hear that, Marge? Unc isn't going out tonight.
I know.
What's the matter, Unc? She stand you up?
All right, Leroy. Marjorie, where's that book?
What kind do you want?
Well, make it a big book, one I can lose myself in.
Are you kidding?
Leroy? I'm in a bad mood. I haven't eaten.
How about these fairy tales you used to read to us kids? You always enjoyed them more than we did.
I heard enough fairy tales last night.
Oh, here's your favorite, The Sleeping Beauty.
All right, bring it. I don't feel like finishing it. At least I know how it turns out.
Which one'd you say?
Bring me the Sleeping Beauty.
You call me Miss Gildersleeve?
No, Bertie.
Oh, I thought I heard you call me. You staying home tonight?
Yes, Bertie.
Well, you hear that, Leroy? Your uncle's staying home tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
Here's your book, Uncle Morris.
Miss Margie, you hear that? Your uncle's staying home tonight. First you didn't eat, and now he's staying home
Now,
tonight.
Bertie, let's not make a big thing out of this. Is there anything wrong with me staying at home?
Oh, goodness, no, Mr. Gildersleeve. I think it's nice that you're staying home tonight.
That's fine, and that settles it, eh?
I bet Leroy thinks it's nice you're staying home tonight, too, don't you, Leroy?
Sure.
Yes.
I bet Miss Margie thinks it's nice you're staying home tonight, too, don't you, Miss Marjorie?
All right, Bertie.
You see, Mr. Gildersleeve, we all think it's nice that you're staying home tonight.
Oh, where's my hat?
It's your move, Gildy.
Don't rush me, Judge. I'm thinking.
You're not thinking much about your checkers. Where I sit, it looks like I'm going to win 3 straight.
That's what you think. There.
Are you sure you want to move that way, Gildy?
I know what I'm doing, Judge.
All right. Crown me, Gildy.
I'll crown you, you old goat.
I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am, Gildy. This is an unexpected pleasure. You're coming over to visit me this evening?
I don't feel like playing anymore, Judge. Let's quit.
Want to try my seat? It seems to be the lucky one.
No thanks, Judge.
Very well, you're my guest. Care for a cigar?
Thanks.
Havanas.
Fine cigar, Judge.
Thank you. If you'll pardon me, I think I'll slip into my smoking jacket before I light up.
Judge, when are you going to get a new smoking jacket? Even cigar smoke doesn't keep the moths out of that one anymore.
I suppose it's silly, Gildy, but this jacket has a sentimental association for me. It's sort of my robe of bachelorhood.
It is? It's more like an old quilt to me.
I wouldn't think of parting with Henrietta.
Henrietta?
The one love of my life, Henrietta.
A smoking jacket?
No. The girl who gave it to me.
Oh, yeah.
Henrietta Crowley. I understand it's Smith now.
Oh.
I've never told anyone this, Gildy, but Henrietta's and mine was a beautiful love, springing from chance meeting, growing into an all-consuming passion, and ending with a broken heart.
Look, Judge, if you'd rather not talk about it...
No, Gildy, I want to talk about it. With you, old friend.
But...
I even saved up money to get married. Hard-earned money as a law clerk. But then I grew to suspect that she was seeing somebody else.
You did?
And driven by jealousy, But I can see I'm boring you.
Oh, no. Go ahead, Horace. Was she seeing somebody else?
Well, one Sunday she said she was going out to a balloon ascension with some members of the Ladies' Aid.
Did she, Judge?
Gildy, it will pain you to know, as it did me, that there wasn't a balloon within 3 states. What's the matter, Gildy?
Judge, you like to grow things. Have you ever heard of the Green Thumb Flower and Garden Club?
What is it, a gag?
Oh, well, it's a gag no longer. I'll see you later, Judge.
Gildy, where are you going?
To the balloon ascension. The Summerfield Hotel Grill. No woman's going to make a balloon fool out of me. I wonder who her new boyfriend is. Whoever it is, I'll just barge in and embarrass both of them.
Sorry, you can't go in here.
What?
The dining room is reserved this evening.
Oh, he's a big shot, eh? Reserving the whole dining room. Out of the way, waiter, I'm going in.
But, mister, it's reserved.
I don't care if it's reserved. There's women. I better get out of here.
What's up, Moses?
Oh, hello, Adeline.
What are you doing down here?
Me? Well, I was on my way.
Is that you, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Oh, hello, Mrs. Pettibone.
Oh, my goodness, aren't we flattered, girls? A city official coming to the first meeting of our new club, our only man. And isn't it appropriate that he happens to be our water commissioner? Because every little flower and every little vegetable needs water.
Oh, brother.
Throckmorton, you're a regular hero.
Yeah, thank you. Well, better be going.
Unfortunately, Mr. Gildersleeve, you've arrived too late to make your donation to our club.
Donation? It seems all I have is some small change.
Small change?
Yeah, I don't have my checkbook with me.
Oh, well, don't be embarrassed, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'll be very happy to call personally at your office for your contribution first thing in the morning.
I'll bet you will.
What?
I say, Bessie, my secretary, will have it ready for you.
Oh, splendid. So nice of you to drop in.
Good night. I'm back, Bessie. Let's look alive.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, while you were out, Mrs. Pettibone was in. You missed her.
Huh? You see, Bessie, there's nothing like going out for a mid-morning cup of coffee.
I gave her your contribution like you said.
Good. I hope that satisfied her.
It certainly should. I know it's none of my business, Mr. Gildersleeve, but weren't you a little over-generous, giving her your whole week's salary check?
My whole week? What's this, Bessie? I left $5 for Mrs. Pettibone.
You did? Then the funniest thing happened. I gave Mrs. Pettibone your check.
What? Bessie, you were supposed to deposit my check in the bank, as always. That's why I endorsed it.
But you said your donation was on the desk, Mr. Gildersleeve, and I didn't see any $5.
Ye gods, Bessie. How incompetent can you be? I distinctly remember taking the bill out of my wallet just like this, and it's still there.
You want me to deposit the $5 in the bank, Mr. Gildersleeve?
No, Bessie. You know how I get my money back.
We'll be back with the great Gildersleeve's problem in just a minute. You know, I saw Bertie doing her shopping the other day. She was being pretty firm with the man behind the counter, and I heard her say,
I want parquet margarine. Make sure you give me parquet now.
I walked over and said, that's a mighty good choice, Bertie. Parquet is the margarine of Kraft quality, you know.
I know that. That's why I wanted to be sure.
Delicious parquet is a favorite spread for America's bread.
It's a favorite at the Gildersleeves, I know that.
Yes, ma'am. Millions of women insist on parquet margarine as a topping for rolls, muffins, pancakes, and waffles, as well as bread.
I insisted because I wanted to make sure.
Nourishing parquet is made from choice products of American farms, and each appetizing pound is fortified with 15,000 units of important vitamin A. Parquet is economical, too. A real money saver.
That's why I was making sure.
Why don't you make sure, friends? Make sure you get parquet margarine. Try parquet once, and you'll join the millions of women all over America who serve parquet margarine because it tastes so good. That's parquet, P-A-R-K-A-Y, made by Kraft. Now, let's get back to the great Gildersleeve. The water commissioner usually has his secretary place his telephone calls, but this one is too urgent.
I hope I don't have to get tough with Mrs. Pettibone, but I have to get my money back.
Hello?
Mrs. Pettibone. Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, you generous man, you. I got your check for $80.67, and you'll be happy to know it's the largest our club has received. We're thrilled, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk to you about, Mrs. Pettibone. That's a lot of money.
Oh, I know, Mr. Gildersleeve. And don't worry, you'll be given due credit.
Credit?
At the very top of our list of sponsors. That is, if you don't mind a little publicity.
But that's not what I want.
Oh, you're too modest, Mr. Gildersleeve. And oh, so generous.
But...
And our only man contributor. Why, we ladies think of you as a fellow member.
Oh, but Mrs. Pettibone...
We're just thrilled, Mr. Gildersleeve. Goodbye.
Goodbye, but... Adeline, who's treasurer of your flower and garden club?
Oh, hasn't Mrs. Pettibone picked up your contribution yet?
I'll say she picked it up in a large sack. Who's your treasurer?
Well, we don't elect officers until tomorrow night, Throckmorton.
You don't? Adeline, my secretary, gave her my paycheck.
Oh, and now you feel you should give a little more?
No! That was $80.67.
Gracious, do you make that much, you great big breadwinner, you? Come in.
Adeline, you've got to help me. You got me into this thing.
Mercy, what did I do?
You made me jealous, didn't you? How did I know that flower club wasn't a man? It's not funny. How do I get my money back?
Well, that's no problem, silly. Just ask Mrs. Pettibone for it.
No problem. You don't know that old walkie-talkie. No wonder Dr. Pettibone wears cotton in his ears.
Well, then I guess you'll just have to wait and take it up with the new treasurer tomorrow night.
I hate to go back there again, but by George, I'll do it. Those women aren't going to roll me for a week's pay.
More coffee while you read the paper, Miss Marjorie?
Thank you, Bertie.
Me too, Bertie.
Yes, Mr. Gildersleeve. You won't forget to leave the grocery money, will you?
I'll have it for you tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
My checking account's a little low, and I don't want to go into our savings again.
I thought yesterday was payday.
It was, Bertie, but my check is temporarily tied up.
Yesterday was payday, so today should be grocery day. That's the way it's always been.
I know, Bertie.
Payday, grocery day. That's the way it's always been.
Gee, God.
You mean you don't have my allowance, Unky?
You heard me, my dear. Not till tomorrow morning.
But, Unky,
I said tomorrow morning. I don't want to hear any more about money.
Hiya. Beautiful morning. How about my allowance?
Oh, Leroy, I said no more talk about money.
What? Pass the toast, Marge. You can reach it, Leroy. Okay. You're kidding about money, huh, Unc?
No, I'm not.
Well, what about my allowance?
You get it tomorrow.
But gosh, yesterday was payday, wasn't it? And after payday...
I know, allowance day. Let me out of here. Hello, Floyd.
Well, if it ain't the ladies, Luther Burbank.
Now, Floyd.
Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow?
All right, Floyd, stop it.
I was only kidding, Commish.
Give me a shave.
Okay. You know, I don't blame you. I wouldn't like having my name bandaged about on the woman's page either.
Woman's page?
Yeah, this morning's paper.
Oh, my goodness.
How'd you get messed up with all them femmes anyway, Commish? You taking this nature boy seriously?
No, Floyd.
The mayor made you do it, huh? Official duty?
Floyd, I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay. You know, Lovey got interested in flowers once. Grew a sweet potato vine in the house.
Let's drop the subject, please, Floyd.
Okay. You should have seen it, Commish. Grew like Jack's beanstalk. Tentacles like an octopus. When it started growing up the banister toward my bedroom, I got uneasy and poisoned it. I guess you'll be going in for fancy flowers, huh, Commish? Goldilocks and stuff.
Floyd, get this straight. I'm not affiliated with a flower and garden club.
Just flitting amongst them, huh? Oh, you butterfly.
I only gave him a donation.
I'll say you did. Says right here on the woman's page. Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, City Water Commissioner, delighted the ladies by generously donating...
Floyd, give me that clipping. Hello, Peavy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this fine evening?
Give me a Coke, Peavy.
Very well, one Coke coming up.
While you're at it, you may as well draw two.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve, but I don't think I'd care for one.
They're both for me, Peavy. I need them. Got a tough night ahead.
That's so? Then you're not joining the ladies at the Flower Club again this evening?
That's exactly where I'm going. I suppose you've been reading the newspaper, too.
Oh, no, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'm not in the habit of reading the women's page. Mrs. Peavy read it to me. But I think that was a nice thing you did for the club.
Now, wait a minute.
And so does Mrs. Peavy.
Peavy, for your information...
In fact, she'd like to have you come over and spend an evening with us soon.
What?
Perhaps you can make it the evening our night-blooming Sirius comes out.
Peavy, I'm not interested in night-blooming Siriuses.
You're not? Well, that's strange to hear from a man who enjoys flower and garden meetings.
I don't enjoy them, Peavy, believe me. There's nothing worse than a man getting tangled up with a room full of women.
Well, I wouldn't say that. But if you don't like flowers...
I love flowers, but I gave him too large a contribution. I'm going to get it back from the treasurer and never go near the place again.
Mrs. Peavy will be sorry to hear that.
Yes, sir.
She was putting your clipping right up next to the picture of General MacArthur over her sewing machine.
Oh, my goodness.
But if you're going to renege...
What?
Indian giver.
Now, Peavy.
All those women thought a lot of you.
But...
And so did Mrs. Peavy.
But, Peavy, I can't afford to give him a whole week's salary. I'm going over there right now, too.
Mr. Gildersleeve, haven't you forgotten something?
No, I'll pay you for the Cokes when I get my money back. 9:30. Should be about time for the meeting to break up. I'll get a hold of that treasurer.
Sorry, you can't go in there.
What?
The dining room is reserved this evening for the ladies. Oh, it's you, Mr. Gildersleeve. Go right in.
Yes. That waiter again. Oh, more women here than before. I'll sneak in the back. That's all over.
And so that takes care of the office of treasurer.
Huh? Wonder who they elected.
After the meeting, I shall turn our funds over to her, gladly, because I dislike handling money, unless it's my husband's.
What an old biddy. What a hen house. Peavy ought to come to one of these things. He'd find out.
Hello, Throckmorton.
Hello, Adeline.
Throckmorton, I have the most marvelous surprise for you.
Shh, I'm hiding.
I've been elected treasurer.
You, treasurer?
I was the only candidate, but I wanted to help you out.
Well, great. Now, right after the meeting.
Now we come to the election of our president. A selection which should be given careful consideration.
Well, hurry up so I can get my money and get out of here.
As I said before, I prefer to remain chairman of the board and do not choose to run. But we should elect someone to work hand in hand with me.
Can't stand there much longer. I'll meet you outside, Adeline.
Oh, I see that Mr. Gildersleeve is with us again this evening.
Shouldn't have stuck my head up.
I should like to remind one and all that in addition to being a generous contributor, he is the only man to attend both our meetings. Now, doesn't it seem appropriate then, since every little flower and every little vegetable needs its water, that we should elect our devoted water commissioner president of our flower and garden club? I so move.
How do I get into these things?
The great Gildersleeve will be trying to get that check back again in just a minute. You'll like it. Your whole family will like delicious Parquet, the margarine of Kraft quality. You'll like the fresh, sweet goodness Parquet adds to bread, rolls, pancakes, and waffles. You'll like the fact that it's such a wholesome, nourishing food. Parquet is made from only the choice products of American farms, and each delicious pound contains 15,000 units of vitamin A. And best of all, you'll like what Parquet does for your budget. It's a fact, Parquet is a money saver. It's your best buy for bread and budget. So buy the bright yellow package with the big blue letters, Parkay, Parquet margarine, made by Kraft.
Mr. Gildersleeve, Mrs. Peavy tells me you were elected president of the Flower and Garden Club last night.
Yes, Peavy.
What's your first official act going to be, Mr. President?
I've already acted, Peavy. I got my check back, then I resigned.
How's that?
Yeah. I got a statement from my doctor saying I'm allergic to goldenrod and 6 other flowers. But they were happy, Peavy. I raised my $5 contribution to, Hey, shoot!
How much, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Peavy, what's that on your counter?
Goldenrod. Mrs. Peavy brought them down.
Oh, good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry, Adeline Fairchild by Miss Una Merkel. The show was written by John Elliott and Andy White, with music by Jack Meakin. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Louise Erickson, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, and Richard LeGrand. This is John Wald saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Tomorrow night, hear Al Jolson on the Kraft Music Hall, heard over most of these NBC stations. Don't miss it. For exact time, see your local paper. And be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Ladies, listen. An honest $1.25 value for only 35 cents. That's our amazing offer. You can get a stainless steel cake and pie knife, honest $1.25 value, a knife with a sparkling 6-inch serrated blade, and a gleaming handle of agatron for only 35 cents, and one top label from a package of Pabstet, the delicious cheddar cheese food. It's the perfect cake and pie knife for your table. It's perfect for kitchen use. Just send 35 cents and one Phoenix Pabstet package top label to the Phoenix Pabstet Company, Box 1723, Chicago 77, Illinois. Got that? 35 cents, and 1 Pabst-Step label to the Phoenix, Phenix Pabst-Step Company, Box 1723, Chicago 77.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company. Before we join the great Gildersleeve tonight, just a word about a new and exciting Kraft product. It's Kraft Salad Oil, the first salad oil ever offered for your home use by the makers of all those other wonderful Kraft products. Kraft Salad Oil is more than just a new salad oil. It's a new kind of oil, a lighter-bodied oil designed to mix smoothly and perfectly with all the other ingredients you use in your homemade salad dressings, your delicious chiffon cakes, in fact, in every recipe you have that calls for liquid shortening. The reason Kraft Salad Oil is a lighter-bodied oil is that it's made by a special process created by Kraft called superfining. The first time you try this wonderful, new, lighter-bodied superfine salad oil, you'll know you've discovered something really new, really wonderful. So don't wait. Get Kraft Salad Oil tomorrow. Well, this is a red-letter day at the great Gildersleeve's house. Big things are about to happen. How can you tell? Just look at little Leroy. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and he's out of bed and heading into his uncle's room.
Hey, Unc, wake up. Come on, wake up.
What's the matter?
It's time to get up. Let's get going.
Leroy, it's not time to get up. Stop shaking me and go back to bed.
Back to bed, nothing. We gotta get going. This is the day we leave on our vacation.
Vacation? Oh, my goodness. Call the family. Get everybody up. We got to get an early start.
Yes, sir. There's no time to be lost on vacation day. 6:30 in the morning, and the water commissioner has taken the car to the service station, had it filled with gas and oil, and is on his way home for the grand departure.
By George, it's beautiful at this time in the morning. Prettiest time of the day. A man ought to get up early every morning. I didn't... Oop. There's the judge out on his front porch. What's the old goat doing up this early? Hello, Judge.
Well, good morning, Gilda. What are you, the early bird looking for a worm?
It's not early, Judge. I've been up almost an hour.
So have I. Morning is my time to work in the garden. Why don't you come and see my cucumbers?
Yeah, I haven't time, Judge. Just stopped by to say goodbye. We're leaving on our vacation this morning. 8 o'clock sharp.
Oh, so this is the day.
You bet. Bertie's going to Kansas City to visit her sister. And I'm taking Marjorie and Bronco, Leroy and the twins up to Half Moon Lake. I've rented a cabin and everything.
Well, isn't that nice? I admire your courage, Gildy, taking the whole family.
Your courage?
It's quite a chore, transporting the babies and all.
Yeah, not for me, it isn't, Judge. I have this whole trip planned. I'm running it on a timetable.
Oh?
Certainly. I didn't leave anything to the last minute. All the details were taken care of days ago. We have a little bed for the twins that goes in the back seat of the car. All I have to do is go home, load in the suitcases, get the little family aboard, and we're off. Slick as a whistle.
Do you have your road maps? Sunglasses?
Yo, I have everything, Judge. A trip like this is no problem at all if you know how to organize it. And believe me, I've organized it. At 5 minutes of 8, we'll be locking the house. At 8 o'clock, straight up, I step on the starter and off we go. It's all a matter of planning.
Certainly sounds efficient, Gildy.
Well, you know me, Judge. I don't forget a thing.
By the way, Gildy, where's your hat?
Your hat? Oop, left it back at the gas station. See you later, Judge.
Bye. Catch a fish for me.
some more hot coffee, Mr. Gildersleeve? Last call.
Well, just a little more, Bertie.
This is the last of the hot stuff. The man's outside waiting to shut off the gas.
Well, good. Everybody's right on time. You see how smoothly things go when you have a system? I had all these things planned, Bertie.
We sure are clicking. This house is buzzing like a beehive.
Well, that's because the head bee is on the job. All your things packed, Bertie?
Yes, sir, Bert. It's all packed and my suitcase is on the stoop. Train leaves at 8:30.
Well, good.
8:15, Unc. Let's get going.
Yeah, take your time, my boy. We're on schedule. As soon as I gather up the suitcases, we can start loading the car.
Oh, heck, I'm loading it already. Where's a piece of cloth?
The cloth?
Yeah, I'm going to have a flag on the end of my fish pole. Sticks out about 10 feet behind the car.
No, wait a minute. We can't carry that fish pole.
Well, how am I going to fish?
Yeah, we'll find the pole when we get there. Now take it out of the car.
Oh, for corn's sake.
You got that little problem settled. Marjorie! Bronco!
Yes, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Bring the suitcases. Let's start loading.
Well, here we are, Mr. Gildersleeve. Ready to go.
Yeah, great. Tuck them in the car, Bronco.
Bronco, I need the brown suitcase.
Marjorie, it's loading time. We have to leave in 10 minutes.
I can't leave yet, Uncle. I have to bathe the twins.
Bathe the twins. It's almost 8 o'clock.
Well, it'll only take a few minutes. Bring the suitcase, Bronco.
Oh, my goodness. Well, it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to give little Ronnie and Linda a bath. We're still on schedule. Almost. Marjorie! It's 10 after 8.
We'll be right there, Unky.
I got everything put away in the kitchen, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, good for you, Bertie. As soon as Marjorie comes down with the twins, we'll be off. 10 minutes late. That's not too bad.
Well, we're all ready, Unky.
Where are the babies?
Well, Bronco's rocking them a little. I'd like to have them asleep before we put them in the car.
Oh, good. Yeah, I've got everything rolling now. We'll stow things in the car and get Leroy. Where is Leroy?
He was here a minute ago.
That boy. Yeah, I'll go out on the front porch and call him. Leroy! Leroy!
I'm coming! Oh, Uncle Mort, now you woke the babies up.
Yofer.
Marge, come on.
I'm coming. Okay, I'm ready.
We can't go yet. You woke the babies up.
I did.
Keep your voice down, Leroy. We'll be on the road as soon as the twins are asleep. Put all your things in the car.
I'll go get my turtle.
We're not taking that turtle. Half Moon Lake is full of turtles.
That's why I'm taking him. He needs company.
No turtles in the car.
Well, what do I do with him? I can't leave him in the bathtub.
Put him outside.
Quiet down there. We'll never get the babies to sleep.
Put him outside. Okay.
Yeah. Things are still going all right. If we get away by 8:30, that isn't so bad.
Mr. Gildersleeve, my suitcase is on the stoop. I'm ready.
Well, that's fine, Bertie.
My train leaves in 10 minutes. I don't mean to rush you, but I only got 10 minutes, and we're going to get to the train.
Oh, I forgot. I have to take you to the train. Quick, in the car, Bertie.
I kissed the babies and said goodbye to Miss Marge and Mr. Bronco. I think I got everything.
Yeah, all right, Bertie. Come on.
Hey, can I go with you?
Run for the car, Bertie. Well, I got Bertie off all right. Now, let's see. 9 o'clock. Well, by George, we'll get started now. Marge will have the twins asleep. We'll put their bed in the car and take off. 1 hour late. Well, it could be worse. Shouldn't take more than a minute to load the car. Marjorie! Marjorie! Everybody, let's go.
We'll have to wait a couple of minutes, Unky.
Now what?
Well, Bronco had to go down to the drugstore. We're out of the baby's formula.
Yofer. Margie, why didn't you think of these things before? You don't see me leaving things to the last minute?
When are we going to go, Unc?
In a minute, Leroy.
The gas man was looking for you. He wanted to know if you'd closed up all the vents on the furnace.
The vents in the furnace. Yo, brother. Margie, you start loading things in the car while I go down in the basement.
What's the matter, Unc? Did you forget something?
Leroy, go help your sister.
I'd rather help you.
Big help. you. Darn Phyllis.
I thought we were leaving at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, never mind. Get these vents closed up, and then confounded we're going.
Bronco's home. I heard his big feet upstairs.
Oh, good. He and Margie will have the car loaded in no time. We'll be on our way. It's only 9:45. We're not doing so bad.
I'll go up and put the last of my stuff in the car, Unc. As soon as you're finished, we can take off.
Oh, fine, my boy. Now the family's clicking. We'll be on the road in 5 minutes.
Ready, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yep. As soon as I get my hat and lock up the house.
We got everything in the car, Unc. Boy, is it riding low. Looks like a hot rod.
Yes.
I won't put the twins in the car until the very last, Unky.
It's a good idea. Getting started on a trip isn't any problem when you get things organized. Where are the keys to the house?
Well, I have them. All the doors are locked except the front.
Great. Well, let's go out. You and I and Leroy will get in the car, and Bronco can bring the twins.
Now, don't wake them up, Bronco.
No, I won't.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah, you bet.
Gosh, Unc. Wait till you see how I got the car fixed.
Well, that's fine, my boy.
How do you like the car, Unc? Some packing job, huh?
Oh, brother, it is loaded.
Who put the box on the floor in the back?
That's mine. Couldn't hang it on the radiator.
Marjorie, couldn't you put some of these things in the trunk?
The trunk's full, Unky.
Well, here we are. The whole family. Open the door, Leroy.
Well, the bed for the twins and back is all right. Where are the rest of us going to sit?
Well, I could sit in back with the twins, and Marge could sit up in front.
Well, that'll make Leroy and me in a suitcase.
Well, where am I going to sit? Somebody has to drive the car.
But couldn't you put the suitcases on the floor?
There are 2 suitcases down there already. Where'd all this junk come from?
Well, they're the things we absolutely need, Unky.
Maybe if I sat in the front and... No, that wouldn't work.
Well, I have to sit in the back with the babies, but there isn't room for you in front. What if Leroy sat next to... No, the suitcase is there.
Let's face it. We can get everything we need in the car but us.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a moment.
It's lighter bodied. It's superfine.
It's Kraft Salad Oil, the first salad oil ever offered for your home use by the makers of all those wonderful Kraft salad dressing products. The first time you use Kraft Salad Oil in one of your own homemade salad dressings, or in one of those big, beautiful chiffon cakes you make, or in any recipe that calls for liquid shortening, you'll know you've found a treasure. For Kraft Salad Oil is more than just a new salad oil. It's a new kind of salad oil, a lighter-bodied salad oil that blends perfectly with other ingredients. That's because Kraft Salad Oil is a superfine salad oil. Yes, superfine by a special process created by Kraft. Because it's superfine, it's lighter-bodied. Because it's lighter-bodied, it blends new magic into your salad dressing, baking, and cooking masterpieces. So don't wait to try this new Kraft Salad Oil. Remember,
it's lighter bodied. It's superfine.
get Kraft Salad Oil tomorrow at your grocer's. The great Gildersleeve started out this morning with high hopes. This is the day the water commissioner begins his vacation, and he had it all arranged for the family to be in the car and rolling toward Half Moon Lake by 8 o'clock. How are things going? Well, it's almost noon, and they're not rolling yet.
Confounded suitcases. Leroy, see if that box will go in the back in the trunk.
Are you kidding? There's stuff hanging out over the bumper now. We put wheels on it, we got a trailer.
Well, put it on the floor of the back seat.
That's where it was.
You're all right, put it there again.
Suffering cats take stuff out, put stuff back. Do you know what what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's go in the house and see what Marjorie and Bronco are doing.
Why don't we just leave them?
We got to do something. At 8:30, I had everything ready to go. Come on in the house, Leroy.
You think we ought to go back in? We're losing ground.
Yeah, maybe I can talk Marjorie out of some of that junk she's taking. You think we were going to Greenland?
Yeah.
Did you get things rearranged in the car, Auntie?
Sure, we got them rearranged. We took them all out, and we put them all back in. Why can't we go?
Marjorie, I figured every conceivable arrangement. There simply isn't room for all that luggage in the car, with 4 people and 2 babies.
Darn babies. Leroy, what are we taking them to the lake for? They can't fit.
Maybe we could have the luggage sent up on the train.
No, there's no railroad anywhere near the lake. No bus service either. If we could just take something out of those suitcases and consolidate it.
I told you, Unky, I'm only taking the absolute essentials. We have to have clothes.
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we wear all the clothes? Then we won't need any suitcases at all.
Leroy, you're no help.
Well, I'm trying. Gee, aren't we ever going to go?
11:30. What a family.
Oh, I'll have to feed the babies again. Bronco, see if there's enough hot water to warm some milk.
Holy cow, why don't just you and I go, Unc? Babies, milk, suitcases. This could take all summer.
Don't tempt me, Leroy. There has to be a way to work this out. You stay here and keep an eye on things. I'm going to run down to Peavy's drugstore. I need a strong cigar. Hello, Peavy.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
You can give me the longest, blackest cigar you have, Peavy.
That's quite an order for a man starting on his vacation. The judge was in, said you and the family had left at 8 o'clock this morning.
We haven't left yet.
Yes, so I see.
I've never seen anything like it, Peavy. Just try to get 4 people and 2 babies started on a trip.
I know what you mean, Mr. Gildersleeve. Mrs. Peavy and I planned a vacation one year. We were going to leave one Friday morning.
You?
Friday morning, bright and early, I was sitting in the car waiting for Mrs. Peavy.
Did you get started before noon?
I sat in the car until 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock? Well, that's not so bad.
Saturday night.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that can't happen to me, Peavy. The car's so loaded down there isn't even room for me to sit. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do it. The car just isn't big enough. I need a bus.
Mr. Gildersleeve, have you ever thought of taking the family up to the lake in shifts?
Shifts? What do you mean?
Well, Mrs. Peavy's sister had a large family, and when they travel from one place to another, the husband takes them in sections. He delivers one carload and comes back for another.
Say, that's an idea.
Of course, it makes a lot of driving, but I guess when a man has a big family, he likes to keep moving.
By George, Peavy. I think you've hit something. Yeah, I'll take part of the family up to the lake, then come back and pick up the rest. Yes, sir, that solves the problem.
Yeah, I'm glad I can help you out.
In fact, I feel so good, Peavy, I won't need the cigar.
Well, hadn't you better take it along, just in case?
No, problem is solved. You're a fine fellow, Peavy.
I'm certainly selling cigars.
Yeah, see you later, Peavy.
Have a nice vacation.
Marjorie, Bronco, Leroy, I have it figured out.
Are we going out? Can we leave?
You bet.
You call me, Mr. Gildersleeve?
What is it, Unky?
Well, I've worked out a plan, kiddies. How we can get to the lake. It's very simple. We'll go up in shifts.
Shifts?
Certainly. I'll take you and the babies and the luggage up in one load. Then I'll come back tonight, and Bronco and Leroy and I will come up in the morning.
You mean I don't get to go?
No, Leroy, wait.
I don't think that'll work, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Huh?
Well, that'd leave Marge and the twins up there alone all night.
Oh, yes. Yes, it would, wouldn't it?
Why don't Bronco and I go up and you come back for Marge and the twins in the morning?
Well, that'd leave Marge alone down here.
Yeah, that's no good either. Yeah, I could take Leroy up and come back in the morning.
Well, that'd leave Leroy up there alone tomorrow.
That's keen.
Well, I could bring Leroy back.
Then we're all back here again.
Your princess. There must be some way this family can get to the lake.
Unky, why don't you and Leroy go up and stay for a week or two and then come back, and Bronco and I'll go up for a couple of weeks.
Hey, that's a swell idea. Let's go, Unc.
No, just a minute. It's very generous of you, Marjorie. But you and Bronco are the ones who need the vacation.
What about me? I'm a tired little kid.
Either way, Marge and I can go up first. It's all right with us.
Well, somebody has to go.
Holy cow.
Well, we have to do something.
What you getting sore about?
Yeah, children, please. This is a vacation. You, Marjorie and Bronco, you take the twins in the car and you go.
What about me?
No, Mr. Gildersleeve. You and Leroy go.
Okay.
We just can't split the family up, that's all. If we can't all go, we won't go at all.
You said we were going.
What a vacation.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Wait. Look, I have an idea. I think we're all hungry. You're hungry, aren't you, Leroy?
Yeah.
Well, all right, then. Let's take the twins. We'll pile in the car and we'll go down to John's drive-in. After we've had some lunch, we'll all feel better. What do you say?
Yeah, not a bad idea. I can never think on an empty stomach.
Well, I think it's the best suggestion we've had all day. You open the door, Bronco, and I'll bring the twins.
Sure. Oh, we'll all feel better after we've eaten.
That's right, my boy, we will.
Can I help you, Marge?
They're asleep. Open the back door of the car, and I'll put them on their bed.
Gee whiz.
Now, Leroy, be a little soldier.
Yeah. Now the blankets. There they are. Now, that bed is just right for the twins.
Babies.
Now, how are we going to get in, Unky?
Well, now, let's see. You get in the back next to the babies.
I'll have to climb over these things on the floor.
Let's open the door on the other side.
No, don't do that. Everything on that side will fall out.
Why don't we cut a hole in the top? Like getting into a submarine.
Next year I'm going to spend my vacation at the Elks Club.
Climb in, Marge. I'll give you a hand.
Now, be careful. Don't wake the twins.
Don't wake the twins.
Hello, Gildy.
Yelper, the judge again. That's all we need, an old goat.
Well, I thought you were leaving at 8 o'clock, Gildy. What happened?
We were delayed. Stand back, Judge, and be quiet or you'll wake the twins.
Hello, Bronco. Leroy.
Hello, Judge.
Hi.
Judge, we're trying to get in the car.
Is that Marjorie in there? Hello, Marjorie.
Hello, Judge.
Judge, you're going to wake up the babies.
Look at them in there on their little bed. Aren't they dear?
Judge, we're trying to get in the car.
This reminds me of my grandfather's story of how they came across the plains in a covered wagon.
Oh, my goodness.
It was pulled by oxen.
Very interesting, Judge. Now, if you don't mind, we'd better go.
Oh, yes. Well, have a nice time at the lake.
We're not going to the lake.
What's this?
Well, we haven't figured out how to get everybody up there. We were just going down to the drive-in lunch stand.
Not much of a vacation.
We're going to eat, Judge.
Oh. Well, I have to be on my way. Goodbye, all.
Goodbye, Judge. Yeah, let's go now.
I don't want to go to the drive-in. I've lost my appetite.
Leroy in the car.
Where am I going to sit? In the glove compartment?
Well, it isn't far to the drive-in. Leroy, you sit up in front in Bronco's lap.
Do I have to?
Come on, little brother-in-law.
All right.
Yeah, I get in here. Now, I didn't ease suitcases. Ooh. Yeah. Everybody settled?
All right, back here.
I'm squished.
Well, I don't know how we did it, but hold tight.
Everybody comfortable?
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable.
Say, kiddies, I have a great idea.
Yeah?
We're in the car. Babies, luggage. Why stop at the drive-in? Why don't we keep right on going to the lake?
Hey, Les! Oh, it's fine with me.
Let's go.
Sure. All the family together. That's the way it should be. Half Moon Lake, here we come. Sailing, sailing over the bounding main.
For many a stormy wind may blow, Jack comes home again. Sailing, sailing over the bounding main.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. Tomorrow, at your grocer's, remember to pick up a pint or quart bottle of wonderful new Kraft Salad Oil. The first salad oil ever offered for your home use by the makers of all those other wonderful Kraft salad dressing products. Try this new salad oil in your homemade salad dressings, your baking, your cooking. It's lighter bodied because it's super fine. Get Kraft Salad Oil.
Well, the good old summertime is with us again, folks. I had a heck of a time getting the little family started on our vacation. We were on our way. Before we settle down at Half Moon Lake for our annual summer away from Summerfield, I want to take a moment to thank all the people who are behind the scenes year after year to bring you the Great Gildersleeve program. Incidentally, this completes the 10th year of the Great Gildersleeve. First of all, there's our little family. Walter Tetley,
I'm Leroy.
Mary Lee Robb,
I'm Marjorie.
and Lillian Randolph.
Birdie.
There's Marjorie's husband, Bronco, who's played by
Dick Crenna.
And Lee Keel is both of the twins. Earl Ross
Yes, Judge Hooker.
has been with us since the program began. And Dick LeGrand created the character of Mr. Peavy years and years ago.
Well, now, yes, how you doing, too?
Our two fine announcers are John Heaston and Jim Doyle. Our consistently amazing and always brilliant scripts are written by John Elliott, Andy White, and Paul West. Thank you, fellows. The musical bridges and backgrounds are composed and conducted by Robert Armbrust. Sound effects, as usual, have been created by Monty Frazier, and Ray Ferguson is our engineer. The show is directed by Frank Pittman. Virgil Reimer represents NBC. Our wonderful sponsor, of course, is the Kraft Food Company. I'd like to thank Kraft and all these other people for their contributions. And we want to thank all of you in the audience who wrote us so many nice letters this past season. We hope to see you all again in September. Please watch your newspaper for the details. Till then, this is Willard Waterman saying, have a fine summer, and good night all.
What's your favorite sandwich? Hot beef or pork, cold cuts, bologna, liver sausage, cheese? Well, whatever it is, remember this. If you add a little mustard, you'll add a lot of tang. Yes, a little mustard makes every bite taste better, particularly if it's Kraft's prepared mustard. There are two kinds of Kraft mustard, you know. Kraft salad mustard, mild and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both on hand for different tastes, different uses. And remember, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Get Kraft's prepared mustard.
Starting next Wednesday night at the same time and on the same network, Kraft will bring you the intriguing and popular mystery show, The Falcon, the story of a daring freelance detective. Listen next Wednesday night when the Falcon solves the case of the Proud Papa. Laugh with Groucho. He's next on NBC. The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. We say one and only because there just isn't any other salad dressing like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip is different, and it tastes different. Miracle Whip tastes so good it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created. More Miracle Whip is sold than the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Try it. Make your salads better tasting with the one and only Miracle Whip. The great Gildersleeve has never plunged into the sea of matrimony, but he does like to dangle his toes in the water once in a while. A few days ago, he met a Miss Gloria McKinley, manager of the complaint department at Hogan Brothers. He hasn't had a date with her yet, but this afternoon he has persuaded her to let him drive her home from work. Accordingly, we find him parked in front of the store with his motor running.
I better leave it running, too. That policeman in the corner has his eye on me, and I'm parked in a loading zone. Well, I'm waiting to pick up a pretty little package. Right, George, I want to make a good impression on her. Should have washed the car. I didn't notice Leroy written in the dust on the hood. Oh, well.
You, Gildy.
Uh-oh, Judge Hooker. He would have to show up.
Gildy, you're in a loading zone.
I know it, Judge.
And your motor's running.
I know that, too.
Why don't you turn it off before it boils over?
Well, it is beginning to steam.
You better start it up again, Gildy. You're too close to the fire plug.
Oh, my goodness. The only backseat driver I ever saw who stands on the curb.
Are you waiting for somebody?
Judge, I'm not just sitting here trying to run out of gas.
Oh, I know. It's closing time, and I'll bet you're waiting for Miss McKinley. Do you have a date?
You bet. She's letting me drive her home.
Well, I guess she figures that's better than taking the bus.
Yes.
She can save a dime and make fewer stops, unless you plan to stop and watch the sun setting behind the reservoir.
Judge, will you please go away?
As it happens, Gildy, I must. I'm going home and read my 4th of July speech. I'm orating at Kraft Park.
Well, I thought Congressman Greenhall was going to speak.
Well, he's leaving for the convention, and I'm reading the speech that he prepared.
Oh?
I suppose you'll be there to hear me?
There must be a better way to spend the 4th than listening to an old goat.
Gildy, I don't exactly relish the assignment. Miss Matterhorn is vacationing at Virginia Lakes, and I'd planned to go up there for the 4th.
Judge, I don't envy you reading somebody else's speech.
Well, if I don't like what the congressman has written, I can always preface it by saying the views expressed in the speech do not necessarily represent the views of the speaker.
Step aside, Judge.
Huh?
Here comes Miss McKinley.
Oh, I'll open the door.
Judge, let me open it.
It's already open.
Busybody. Hello, Miss McKinley.
Sorry if I kept you waiting, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Not at all. I've kept him entertained.
Judge, hop in, Miss McKinley.
Oh, thank you.
Judge, you may now close the door.
Well, aren't you going to introduce me?
Oh, all right. Miss McKinley, may I present Judge Hooker?
How do you do, Judge?
This is a rare pleasure, Miss McKinley.
Look at him bow. If he isn't careful, he'll bump his head on the running board. Goodbye, Judge.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Judge.
I told you goodbye, Gildy. Why don't you go?
Yes. Come on, car.
Could your car be out of gas?
Oh, the water commissioner doesn't burn gas. He burns water.
Oh, Judge.
The darn car would have to embarrass me at a time like this.
My, what a noisy car.
Goodbye, Judge.
Why don't you bring it to the park on the 4th and we use it instead of firecrackers?
Courtroom comedian.
Is Judge Hooker a friend of yours?
He poses as one.
Well, all in one afternoon I've met a distinguished judge, and I'm being driven home by the city water commissioner.
Well, Miss McKinley, you'd be riding in a new car if this wasn't election year. You've heard the cracks about freezers and fur coats and stuff like that, I guess.
Uh-huh. You men in the public eye have so many things to think about.
Well, scarcely a day goes by that I don't think about something.
I've always wondered what important men talk about.
So have I. Oh! You mean the judge and me?
Of course. Oh, you don't have to be so modest, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, thank you.
Well, now, what problems were you two men wrestling with?
Oh, nothing important, really. When you came up, we were just discussing the 4th of July speech.
Oh, are you going to deliver the speech at the 4th of July celebration?
Me?
How thrilling!
Well, anyway, that's what the judge and I were discussing.
And he was asking you to deliver the speech.
Well, no, not exactly, Miss McKinley. Originally, our congressman was supposed to make the speech. But he couldn't be here, so he had to ask somebody else.
So the congressman himself asked you. Are you a close friend of his, too?
Well, I voted for him. He helped put him in office, I mean.
How wonderful that he asked you to take his place. What are you going to say in front of all those people, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, frankly, I haven't given it much thought.
I don't suppose that's a problem to an experienced orator like you.
Well, you can be sure I'll come up with something. I wonder what I will come up with. So that's how it happened, Marjorie. Now I'm behind the 8 ball.
Unky, why did you lead her to believe you were going to make the speech?
I didn't. When a woman wants to believe something, she just believes it.
I got an idea, Unc.
What's that, Leroy?
Tell her you can't make the speech because you have laryngitis.
But I don't have laryngitis.
Go get your feet wet and catch it.
Leroy, don't be ridiculous.
Now, I'm not even supposed to give the speech. That's Judge Hooker's job.
Why didn't you just tell her Judge Hooker was supposed to do it?
Well, she made it sound like such a big thing, I couldn't say no. She'll probably be sitting in the front row, and if I don't appear, she'll think I'm a braggart.
Yeah.
She'll think I'm just trying to attract attention to myself.
Yeah.
She'll lose respect for me.
Yeah.
She'll think I'm just a big...
Windbag?
Yeah. Leroy.
Well, just helping you out.
Yeah, well, don't put words in my mouth.
Okay.
What are you going to do, Unky?
Well, now that I'm in this deep, there's only one thing to do. Call her and tell her she made a mistake about the whole thing.
She made a mistake.
Well, she got the wrong impression. I'll tell her Judge Hooker is making the speech.
Oh, I think that's very wise, Unky.
You bet. She'll like me better if I tell her the truth. Yeah, I'll drive over and see her right now and clear up the situation. All right, Bertie. If it's for me, I'm just leaving.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, President. One moment, please. It's you, Miss Gildersleeve.
Bertie, I said I was leaving.
Yes, sir, but this is a lady. And when there's a lady on the phone, I know you ain't going nowhere.
Oh, well. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. This is Gloria McKinley.
Miss McKinley? Oh, yes, Miss McKinley. Well, I was just thinking about you. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Oh, I hope you don't think it's terrible of me to phone you, but there's something I must talk to you about, too.
Good. Glad you called, but first let me clear up something about that 4th of July speech.
The speech of yours is what has me so excited. I just had the most marvelous idea.
Oh?
Hogan Brothers is having a special 4th of July window display.
Fine. Now, about the speech.
I'm coming to that. I'm so thrilled about your making the speech. I'm having our art department put a sign in the store window.
The sign in the window?
Telling people not to miss the important address to be delivered in Craft Park by Commissioner Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Zeke.
Why?
Miss McKinley, you shouldn't have done that.
Oh, it was nothing.
Yes, it was. You don't understand. Suppose I don't even make the speech.
But you said you were going to.
Now, wait a minute, Miss McKinley.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you weren't just leading me on, were you?
Miss McKinley, I'd never do that.
Oh, I'm sure you wouldn't. Now then, what did you want to talk to me about? You said there was something that needed clearing up.
Clearing up? Oh, yes, yes. Well, it's a little cloudy. I hope the weather clears up so I can give that speech.
The sun is shining at my house.
It isn't shining over here.
so worried and wrinkled?
Leroy, I'm not wrinkled. And I do feel better this morning.
I don't get it. You meet a new girl, and the first time you take her out, you get yourself in a big hassle.
Yeah, I'm not in a hassle. I figured the whole thing out.
Yeah?
Judge Hooker doesn't want to make the 4th of July speech anyway. All I have to do is offer to make it for him. He'll be delighted. Then he can go to Virginia Lakes and see Miss Matterhorn.
You gotta look at Miss Matterhorn and make a speech?
Well, there's no accounting for tastes. Yeah, I'm stopping here in the judge's office, my boy. See you later.
So long.
The judge's door is open. Look at him wave his arms. I wonder if he's practicing his speech or there's a bee in his office.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to preface my remarks by relating an amusing little anecdote.
Hey, he's working on his speech, all right.
On the way to Craft Park this afternoon, I met two gentlemen named Pat and Mike.
Pat and Mike. Judge!
Pat said to Mike...
Judge, do you mind if I interrupt?
Oh, hello, Gildy. I was just rehearsing the opening of my 4th of July address.
Well, Judge, you can forget the speech.
What?
Yeah, I know your heart isn't in it. You'd rather go up and join Miss Matterhorn.
Well, the speech is knocking me out of the trip.
It doesn't have to. I've come to do you a big favor, old friend.
Oh?
I've decided to make the speech for you.
You have? Why?
Why? Well, Judge, don't ask silly questions. Just take advantage of my generous offer and hit the road.
Gildy, why are you so anxious to get me out of town? You must have a reason.
I'm only thinking of you and Miss Matterhorn. You know you want to be with her, and she wants to be with you.
Well, yes, she does. I had a card from her this morning saying, having wonderful time, wish you were here.
You see, Judge? Now get going and forget about the speech. Just hand it to me.
No, I'd better make the speech. The congressman asked me.
Well, you can ask me. Go ahead, ask me. I'll do it. In fact, I've got to do it.
I won't do that to our congressman.
Oop. You know I'm a better speaker than you are.
Is that so? I heard you speak at the Elks Club once, and even the stuffed elk got up and walked out.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. The time is early evening. The place is your dining room. The table is set with your best linen and china and silver because you're expecting guests. And you, the hostess and star of this drama, are proudly bringing in the most beautiful and elegant-looking salad you've ever fixed. You're relaxed, too, sure that this salad will taste just as delicious as it looks because you've used the salad dressing you know will give it just the right flavor. Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip salad dressing has a flavor millions of folks call just exactly right. It's a lively, teasing flavor. Distinctive, too, one you won't find in any other salad dressing. That's because Miracle Whip is a different kind of salad dressing. It's made from a secret Kraft recipe and gives you the best qualities of old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine, rich mayonnaise. Miracle Whip has a perfect texture, too. Creamy thick and smooth as satin because this salad dressing is blended carefully with special Kraft beaters. No wonder it's America's favorite salad dressing, the most popular salad dressing ever created. So whether you're fixing fancy company salads or the simplest salad in the world for your family, remember to make it extra delicious. Make it with Miracle Whip. Well, the great Gildersleeve was so anxious to impress his new girlfriend, Miss McKinley, that he was willing to let her believe he was making the important 4th of July address in Craft Park. Now, the water commissioner is in hot water.
The judge certainly did surprise me, Marjorie. He didn't care a thing about making the speech until he found out somebody else wanted to do it.
Well, that's a very human reaction, Unky.
Yeah, that's the trouble with the old goat. He's too human. He immediately suspected that I was up to something.
Weren't you?
Well, naturally. But what sort of a friend is he to accuse me of it?
Ain't you giving the speech, Miss Gildersleeve?
Apparently not, Bertie.
Yes, sir. But there's a sign in Hogan Brothers' window that says you are.
I know, Bertie.
It says here, Commissioner Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve speak on the 4th of July.
I saw that sign, Bertie, but it's misleading.
Then you're not reading the congressman's speech?
No, the congressman really asked the judge.
Because the congressman didn't want to?
Well, he wanted to, but he couldn't, Bertie.
Yes, ma'am.
And the judge didn't want to, but I do, so now he wants to.
Oh, yes, sir. I wonder if that speech knows who's going to make it.
What do you mean, Bertie?
Well, the congressman wanted to make it, but he couldn't, and the judge could and would, but he didn't want to. Then you come along and want to, but couldn't, because when you wanted the judge to give it up, he wouldn't.
Bertie, it isn't funny.
No, sir.
Unky, don't you think you should call Miss McKinley and tell her to take that sign out of the window?
Well, I'm going to phone the judge and give him one more chance to change his mind. I hate to crawl back to him and beg him, but beggars can't be choosers.
Hello. Judge Hooker speaking.
Hello, Judge. About that speech you don't want to give.
What about it, Gildy?
Well, I just wondered if you wouldn't reconsider.
I have reconsidered.
You have?
My answer is still no.
Oh, my goodness.
I saw that sign in Hogan Brothers' window.
Well, then you see, I have to make the speech or I'll be the laughing stock of the town.
Good. May I be the first to laugh? Now, hang up, will you? I'm busy. I have a million things to do.
But
I have to study my lines, go to the barber shop, stop by the cleaners from a blue suit. It's the only one that I can wear for the speech.
Oh? You don't have another suit?
When I thought I was going to rough it at Virginia Lakes, I sent all my suits to the cleaners. They're rushing my blue serge for me.
Well, Judge. Horace. Old friend. If you're so busy, why don't I stop by and pick up your suit for you?
Would you do that for me, Gildy?
You bet. Naturally, I want to do anything I can to help make the 4th of July a success.
Well, Gildy, be sure to pick it up before 5. The cleaners are closed over the 4th.
Don't worry, Judge. You'll have something to wear.
Thank you, Gildy, old friend. I have to hang up now and get busy.
Yeah, I have to get busy, too. Goodbye, Judge.
Goodbye.
You don't seem the least bit upset about not getting to make the speech.
Oh, not a bit, my dear. Just imagine. The judge doesn't have a thing to wear tomorrow.
What's so funny? Unky, you are going to pick up the judge's suit, aren't you?
Sure. But there could be many a slip between the cleaners and Judge Hooker's house. Bertie!
Yes, sir?
Is Leroy's little blue suit up in the closet? Gildersleeve, you're pretty clever. Pretty clever the way you outboxed the judge. Yeah, I had quite a time explaining why I didn't bring the suit by last night. Now it's too late for him to do anything about it. Oh, wait until he tries to put on Leroy's suit. And lucky for the old judge, I can step into the breach, though. Yeah, I can see Miss McKinley now, sitting in the front row in something summery, listening to me give the speech.
Well, Gildy, it's about time you got here.
Hello, Judge. Here's the suit in the bag.
All right, give it to me.
Don't be so impatient, Judge.
If you'll excuse me, I'll slip into the next room. I want to dress and rehearse my speech in front of the mirror.
Oh, brother. Wait until he sees himself in that suit.
If you hadn't shown up with this suit, I'd have had to leave for Virginia Lakes. I certainly couldn't make the speech in my bathing suit.
Well, your barber pole swimsuit covers you pretty well, Judge.
I can't see very well in here. Gildy, are you sure this is my suit?
It's blue serge.
That's funny. Feels awfully small.
And maybe you've gained weight, Judge.
I might have gained a couple of pounds, but I know I haven't grown this much. Why, the pants cuffs come clear up to my knees.
They do?
Yeah. Everything shrunk. Gildy, come in here and look at this.
I'd like to.
This is ridiculous.
Oh, my goodness. Judge, you can't stand up in public like that.
Stand up? I can't even sit down.
Judge, don't try it.
I can't bend. See?
Oh, Leroy's suit. Bertie, how's my new suit?
I'm going to need it.
It's pressed and in the closet. Are you making a speech?
You bet. The judge is on his way to Virginia Lakes.
Yes, sir.
You should have seen him trying to squeeze into Leroy's pants.
Yes, sir. Where's Leroy's suit now?
Well, I'll have to buy him a new one. But it was worth it. I sure tricked the old judge.
Yes, sir, but this ain't April Fool's Day, you know.
What's this, Bertie?
This is the 4th of July, and that's Independence Day. It ain't April Fool's Day.
No, Bertie.
The judge don't get to speak, and Leroy lost his pants, but that don't make it April Fool's Day. This is Independence Day. You don't fool around with independence.
Yeah, all right.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know why you don't play April Fool jokes on the 4th of July?
Yes,
that's
Bertie.
right, because it's Independence Day, and you don't fool around with independence.
Good old Bertie. She takes Independence Day pretty seriously. Well, I do, too. That's why I want to be with Miss McKinley. She seems to like big shots, and by George, that's exactly what I am. I'll mesmerize her with my speech, and then take her to the hot dog stand. Never mind, Bertie. I'm right here. Wonder who that is. Hope the judge didn't decide to come back and speak in his bathing suit.
Hello, Throckmorton.
Miss McKinley. I didn't expect to see you. Come in.
Oh, I haven't time. I just stopped by on my way out of town.
Out of town?
But I just couldn't leave without wishing you luck with your speech today.
Miss McKinley, you're not going to be there?
Oh, didn't I tell you? I'm going to Hogan Brothers' 4th of July picnic with the assistant manager.
Assistant manager? But I thought you wanted to hear me speak.
Oh, I do. But I can't afford to offend the assistant manager.
You can't?
Mr. Gildersleeve, he's an important man.
But what about me?
Oh, you can read me the speech some other time. Goodbye now, and I'll be thinking about you every minute.
Big help.
When are you leaving for the park, Unc?
Oh, I don't care whether I go or not, Leroy. Somehow my heart isn't in reading the speech.
Well, gosh, you sure worked enough angles to get the chance.
Oh, Leroy, all this is Judge Hooker's doings.
What?
What a sneaky thing to do. Run off to Virginia Lakes and have the time of his life, toss his old speech in my lap.
Get him. Oh, brother.
I don't have to make this speech. I'm not trying to impress anybody.
Oh, that's right. She ran out on you, didn't she?
Leroy.
Mr. Gildersleeve, aren't you putting on your new suit?
Oh, I don't know, Bertie.
It's getting late. I see people heading for Craft Park.
I'm going to parade with the Boy Scouts, Unc.
Good for you, my boy.
I just saw a man in a uniform pass here with a bass drum. There's going to be big doings today.
Great. Leroy, I think I'll let you take the speech down and give it to somebody on the committee.
Yeah? Who?
Well, give it to Mr. Sprague. He likes to be in the limelight.
Is this a speech here on the table?
What's the speech about?
It says freedom.
And you ain't going to read it, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Bertie, it isn't my job. Congressman Greenhall wrote the speech. It was his job to give it.
Yes, sir.
And then it was the judge's job. And then they wished the job onto me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Unc, it says here that freedom is everybody's job.
What's that?
The speech says the survival of our freedom depends on everybody.
Oh?
And listen to this. If we want to preserve the liberties we commemorate on this 4th of July, each of us must conscientiously work at being good citizens.
Yes, sir. If you want to do anything right, you got to work at it. If you want to be a good cook, you got to work at it. If you want to be a good citizen, you got to work at it.
That's true, Bertie.
Hey, get a load of this, Unc. Being a good citizen means voting in elections, keeping informed and making our opinions known to our representatives, serving on juries and school boards, and... Unc, how about that time you wiggled out of jury duty?
Well, I did get off the jury, but I was serving on the school board at the time. Let me see that speech, Leroy.
Sure.
Freedom. Represented. This makes a lot of sense. Our American heritage, the rights and liberties which we cherish, must be made an increasingly vital part
of our everyday life. We must work together to keep our freedom, not just take it for granted.
That's right.
And by George, we'd better watch it. We could lose some of those liberties before we know it. Come on, Leroy. We're going down to Kraft Park and tell them a thing or two.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Too hot to cook? Make a cool, easy salad main dish and make it really delicious with Miracle Whip salad dressing. And I mean really delicious, because Miracle Whip has such a wonderful flavor, a peppy flavor, a flavor that folks everywhere call just right. It's a different flavor, too, one no other salad dressing has. Try Miracle Whip on the very next salad you make. See how much better tasting your salads are when you make them with the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing.
You got the speech, Unc?
You bet. Right here in my inside pocket.
Boy, if you lost that, you'd be sunk.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you got to have something to read. You haven't got it memorized.
Well, I'd get up there and say something. Yeah, I know a few things, my boy. I've got quite a bit of history right at my fingertips.
Yeah?
Yes, indeed. Did you know, my boy, that yesterday was the 85th birthday of one of our closest neighbors?
Oh, Mr. Bullard?
Mr. Bullard, no. It was the 85th birthday of our country's good neighbor to the north, Canada.
No kidding.
That's right. The United States and Canada have been good neighbors for more years than you could count, working together, each contributing to the prosperity of the other. We have the kind of working friendship that should be a lesson and an inspiration to other countries all over the world. All right, George, let's all wish Canada a happy birthday. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, and Gloria Blondell. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday throughout the summer for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Who likes sandwiches? Just about everyone, when they're made with Miracle Sandwich Spread. Miracle Sandwich Spread gives sandwiches a wonderfully different, delicious flavor. Created by Kraft, Miracle Sandwich Spread is made from America's favorite salad dressing, Miracle Whip, and spicy relishes. For quick, easy, thrifty sandwiches, use Miracle Sandwich Spread alone between slices of bread, or use it along with the meat or cheese sandwich filling you like best. Get it tomorrow. Miracle Sandwich Spread.
Tonight, hear the best of Groucho Marx on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing.
We say one and only because there just isn't any other salad dressing like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip is different, and it tastes different. Miracle Whip tastes so good it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created. More Miracle Whip is sold than the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Try it. Make your salads better tasting with the one and only Miracle Whip. Well, right now, everybody is pretty vacation-minded around the great Gildersleeve's house. Marjorie and Bronco have already been away for a week. But today, Marjorie came down from the mountains to pick up provisions and take Bertie back with her for a week's stay.
Yes, sir. Bertie's going on vacation.
Well, you deserve it, Bertie.
Thanks, Miss Gildersleeve.
Oh, you'll enjoy the mountains, Bertie.
Oh, I know I will, Miss Marjorie. Bertie loves the tall timber, and that's where she's heading, the tall timber.
Don't come back with any tall fish stories, Bertie.
Oh, no, sir. Bertie's just going to lounge by the lake, and when Bertie gets in that tall timber, she's going to stick herself with a pine needle to see if she's dreaming.
Well, it's no dream.
No, sir, but when I get in that tall timber, I'm going to make sure. I'm going to stick myself with a pine needle to see if I'm dreaming.
All right, Bertie.
Miss Gildersleeve, when I get in that tall timber, you know what Bertie's going to do?
Yes, Bertie.
That's right, Bertie's going to stick herself with a pine needle to see if she's dreaming.
Oh, Bertie's really excited about her trip.
Yeah, I hope she slows down before she gets to the lake. She might run right off the pier.
Well, I'd better check my list to see if I have all the provisions we'll need.
It's quite a list you have there, my dear.
Isn't it? Now, let's see. Cheese, eggs, bacon, mosquito lotion, ant powder, insect spray.
Are you getting provisions for the family or for the insects?
Well, we need all these things up there.
Yeah, that's the trouble with going away. The bugs always take their vacation to the same place you do. Yeah, I'll take my vacation right here.
Oh, Unky.
I haven't seen a mosquito around here in 2 years. And it's pretty hard to get sunbirds snoozing on the parlor couch.
Well, you can stay home, you old softy, but we love it. Oh, by the way, may I borrow your big pail to take back? When it rains, the roof leaks.
Sure, take the pail. Just don't take my roof. I want it right over my head this summer.
Well, I'll see you before I go on.
All right, my dear. Yes, the way to spend the vacation is right here at home. It's good for a man to sit all alone once in a while and do some solid thinking. Let's see, what do I think about? There ought to be something. What is it, Leroy?
Everybody's on vacation. When are we going?
Well, you're going to camp next month.
Well, that's next month. What are we going to do now? Bertie and Marge are packing. What are we going to do?
My boy, you and I are going to have the vacation of a lifetime.
Yeah? What are we going to do?
We're going to enjoy the pure, insect-free air and the cool summer breezes sighing through the trees.
Yeah?
We're going to have comfortable beds. In fact, all the luxuries we have right here at home.
Sounds keen, Unc. Where are we staying?
Right here at home.
Are you kidding? Who wants to stay home?
I, for one. Pull the shade a little, Leroy. The sun's shining on me.
Okay. Pull the shade. What an uncle I've got. He won't even take me on a vacation.
No, Leroy.
I like to be out in the open, sleep under the stars, cook over an open fire. That's living. Here I am stuck with a tenderfoot.
Leroy, I'm no tenderfoot. I like the great outdoors as much as you do.
Ah!
In fact, I come from a long line of pioneers. Why, my grandfather came across the country in one of the first Pullman berths.
Oh, brother, what a pioneer. Unc, let me ask you man to man. Is it fair to jip me out of a vacation just because you don't want to go anywhere?
Leroy, have you seen the lotions, salves, sprays, and junk Marjorie's taking back to the mountains?
Yeah. They must be having a lot of fun to need all that stuff.
Well, that's not my idea of fun. If I wanted to sleep outside, I'd stretch out under the elm tree in the backyard. If I wanted to cook over an open fire, I'd borrow Judge Hooker's portable barbecue. Say, why don't we do it?
Do what?
If we're going to rough it, let's rough it right.
You mean take a vacation right in our backyard?
Why not? Why go to a crowded woods when we can have the backyard all to ourselves? You want to try it tonight, Leroy?
Oh, gosh.
You can take your sleeping bag out under the stars.
What would you sleep in?
Well, after you're comfortably settled outside, I'll go inside and go to bed.
Oh, no, you've got to stay out with me.
I'm not going to bring my bed out in the yard.
Heck, you don't have to. You can borrow a sleeping bag. Mr. Peavy has one.
Well...
Unless you're really a tenderfoot.
Leroy, you may drop that word from your vocabulary. Your Uncle Daniel Gilderboom is going out to bag a sleeping bag. Hello, Peavy.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
Peavy, I'm going on my vacation.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, over on this counter, I have some remedies for sunburn, insect bites, stone bruises, aspirin for when you pay your vacation bills.
No, I don't need any of that stuff. I just want to borrow your sleeping bag.
Very well. Where do you plan to spend your vacation, Mr. Gildersleeve?
In my backyard.
Okay.
Leroy and I are sleeping in the backyard, Peavy, and we're all excited about it.
It doesn't sound very exciting to me. But if things get a little dull, you can always walk out to the curb and watch the cars go by.
All right, Peavy. It just happens to be the way I want to spend my vacation.
Well, I believe in everybody vacationing the way he wants to. That's what I do every year.
Where did you go last year, Peavy?
Well, last year I saw a lot of Alaska.
Alaska?
Well, there's no place like Alaska. Salmon leaping up the falls, glaciers, the aurora borealis, the huskies pulling the sleds across the ice. Mush! Mush!
Mush, mush.
You don't eat it. It's just something you say to the dog.
I know that, Peavy.
The year before, I made a study of the Apache Indians way out west in Arizona.
Peavy.
This year, I'd like to take a look at Africa.
Peavy, you're not going to Africa. To do all that would take you 2 months.
Nope, I can do it in a couple of hours.
Couple of hours?
That African movie with Humphrey Bogart is showing right down the street.
Oh, my goodness.
Last year, I saw a rerun of Call of the Wild, and the year before, I took in a Western.
Vacationing at the movies. Peavy, where's your sleeping bag?
The sleeping bag's in my garage, Mr. Gildersleeve, if you'd like to go by and pick it out.
Yeah, thanks. I'll pick it up on my way home.
Maybe a little dusty. I haven't used it for several years.
I'm surprised you have a sleeping bag at all.
Well, I had occasion to sleep in the yard myself a few years ago. That's when I bought the bag.
Oh? You and Mrs. Peavy have the same idea Leroy and I have?
No, Mrs. Peavy and I didn't have the same idea at all. In fact, we had a slight misunderstanding. That's why I slept in the yard.
Well, thanks again for the bag, Peavy. I'll return it one of these days.
And don't keep it too long, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Peavy, you won't need it. Mrs. Peavy wouldn't make you sleep in the yard again.
I wouldn't say that.
Come along, Leroy. Give me a hand with this portable barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah. You put it here by the water hose in case the steaks start to burn.
Gosh, we're going to so much trouble we may as well go on a trip.
No, Leroy, camping out here in the yard will be a lot of fun. We'll be all alone, just like being miles away from everyone.
Goodbye, Auntie.
Oh, you leaving now, Marjorie?
As soon as Bertie's ready. Goodbye, Leroy.
Goodbye.
Have a good time.
Oh, sure. If you don't hear from Unc and me in a couple of days, send a forest ranger. We're lost in our own backyard.
No, Leroy.
Well, I'm off, Miss Gildersleeve.
All right, Bertie.
Do you want me to leave my key to the house?
No, never mind. Leroy has the key. Just lock the door.
Yes, sir. You don't need anything else out of the house?
No, we have everything.
Okay. I'll lock up and go.
Fine, Bertie.
I'm leaving. So long, Leroy.
Bye.
So long, Miss Gildersleeve. I'm headed for the tall timber.
You have a good time, Bertie.
I will. Goodbye now. I'm gone.
I believe Bertie hates to go.
Well, goodbye now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
If you don't leave soon, that timber's going to be pretty tall.
Well, Leroy, there they go.
Yeah, up to the mountains.
Yeah, well, they're welcome to it. Miles of winding, dusty road, rocks and weeds when they get there. And here we are on a nice green lawn. No foxtails in our socks.
No poison oak. No inconveniences.
No, nothing.
Leroy, relax. Enjoy yourself. Come on, stretch out here under the tree. Just look at those fleecy crowds drifting by.
Yeah, they're headed for the mountains, too.
Leroy, you're fighting this. What more could you want?
Gosh, if I was in the mountains, I could go swimming.
Well, you can always submerge yourself in the rain barrel. It's a lot less tiring than swimming.
What a way to swim.
Well, we're roughing it. And believe me, this is the way to do it. Yeah, I'll be happy just as long as you don't try to budge me out of this backyard.
Well, if we gotta stay, I guess we gotta stay. I think I'll mosey down to the water hose and get a drink.
See, that's the idea, Leroy. Use your imagination. We could be 1,000,000 miles from civilization.
Well, that's the telephone, Unc.
Well, I wonder who that could be.
Maybe civilization is calling you.
Yeah, I guess I better go in and answer it.
Wait a minute. How can you answer the phone? You're away on vacation.
Well, you're right, my boy. Let it ring. It can't be important.
Nah.
Of course, it could be the mayor. Whoever's calling is very persistent. I'll bet it is the mayor.
So what? He's just your boss.
Oop. Leroy, give me the key to the house.
Okay. Hey, I haven't got the key.
What?
I just remembered I left it in the garage.
Yeah, but the garage is locked.
So what? You got the garage key.
No, I haven't. I left it in the house.
You did? Oh, boy, you mean we're locked out? Well, this is more like a vacation.
What do you mean?
We're stranded. We couldn't get home if we wanted to.
Leroy.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Remember the saying, a picture is worth 10,000 words? Well, if I may, I'd like to change that a little and say a taste is worth 10,000 words. For example, you could learn more by tasting Miracle Whip salad dressing than I can tell you in thousands of words. Oh, I can tell you Miracle Whip has a lively, teasing, delicious flavor, but I still can't quite make you understand how good it is. The best thing to do is taste it for yourself. Miracle Whip has a simply wonderful flavor. It's a delightfully peppy flavor millions of folks call just exactly right. And it's a flavor you won't find in any other salad dressing, because Miracle Whip is made from a secret craft recipe combining the best qualities of old-fashioned boil dressing and fine mayonnaise. And Miracle Whip has just the right texture, too. Creamy, thick, and perfectly, luxuriously smooth, because it's blended carefully a special craft way. It's really not surprising at all that Miracle Whip has become the most popular salad dressing ever created, actually outselling the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Enjoy Miracle Whip on your elegant salad masterpieces and see what wonderful things it does for your simpler salads, too. Get a jar of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing from your grocer today. Just be sure you see the name on the jar you buy, Miracle Whip, made by Kraft. The great Gildersleeve is a man who likes the comforts of home. He was quite proud of himself when he sold Leroy on the idea of spending their vacation in the backyard instead of the mountains. Now that Leroy has discovered they're locked out of the house, he's beginning to enjoy it.
Oh, this is great, Unc. This is really roughing it.
Well, I wish we had the key to the house in case that phone rings again.
No, let's forget it. We got everything here we need. Sleeping bags, camping equipment, food. Hey, what about that steak we're having for dinner?
It's right here, my boy. I'll salt and pepper it while you start the fire in the barbecue. You're the Boy Scout, you know.
Swell. You know how I'm going to start the fire?
How? Rub two sticks together?
No, rub two matches together.
Hey. Yes.
By the time the coals get red hot, it'll be just about sundown.
Yep. Fine time to eat. Hey, feel the heft of this porterhouse.
Yeah.
It must weigh over 3 pounds.
Oh, boy, this is living, huh?
Well, it beats the mountains. I remember one year up in Yellowstone when I was cooking a steak on a campfire.
Yeah?
Before I knew it, I was encircled by bears, looking at me with hungry eyes.
No kidding.
When I wasn't looking, one grabbed my steak and ran into the woods.
Why didn't you follow him to his den and take the steak away from him?
Me? Leroy, Yellowstone Park is a federal game preserve. You don't molest the bears. But that's the beauty of cooking in our own backyard. We don't have any such problems here. Oop, what's that?
It's okay, Unc. Just that big dog from down the street.
Oh. Say, he's eyeing our steak. He looks hungry.
That dog's always hungry.
Dog, this steak is for Leroy and me. Go away.
It just makes it more realistic, Unc. We can pretend he's a wolf being held at bay by our campfire.
Well, that doesn't take much pretending.
Gildy, where are you?
That's the judge.
Oh, great. You unwrap a steak, you not only attract dogs, but old goats.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, here we are.
Well, what a cozy little camp. A dog and everything.
Keen, huh, Judge?
Yes, indeed. Spending your vacation in your backyard is a novel idea, to say the least.
We're not in our backyard.
No, Judge. We're pretending we're up in the mountains.
Oh?
There goes my telephone again.
Well, why don't you run in and answer it?
We can't. We're on vacation, aren't we, Unc?
Well, yes. We can't get in the house anyway. Leroy locked the key in the garage.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you open the garage?
We can't. Unc locked the garage key in the house.
Darn phone. Wonder who it is. Must be an important call.
Why? You don't know anybody who's important.
Judge.
Except me.
Horace, why did you come over?
I just came over to see how my portable barbecue's working. My, what a beautiful steak.
Judge, how do you know when the barbecue's working?
Well, Leroy, to tell that, I usually have to take a bite of the steak.
Judge, stop eyeing the steak. There's only enough for two.
Gildy, I'm not inviting myself to dinner. Hand me the fork, and I'll put the steak on the grill.
Okay. Get away, dog.
Judge, the coals aren't ready.
Well, I'll start it on the edge of the grill. If I'm going to have steak with you, I have to hustle.
Yeah, I knew it. Judge, give me that fork.
Careful, Gildy. You'll drop the steak.
Judge, give it to me.
Oh, balderdash.
You dropped it.
Oh, for corn's sake, the dog's got it.
Fido, come back. Give me that.
Gosh, let him go.
Come back here, dog.
Well, thanks to you, Gildy, there goes our dinner.
Our dinner? Well, confound it, Judge, if you're so anxious to help. Here, open this can of beans.
No, thank you. If you're feeding me beans, I can see that you don't want me to stay. I'm going down to the grill.
Why, George, I have a notion to go with you.
Oh, you can't. You're up in the mountains on vacation.
Well, Leroy, the beans weren't bad.
No. Hope they taste as good fried for breakfast.
Yeah. Anyway, this beats being up in the mountains. We'd be arriving about now. Tired, hungry. We'd go outside to cool off, and the mosquitoes would pounce on us.
Yeah, I guess you were right, Unc.
You bet. Oh, this is it. Quiet and still. Can't hear anything but the crickets. What's that?
It isn't a cricket unless it's jet-propelled.
If that's a mosquito. Ouch! It is a mosquito.
Did you get him, Unc?
No, but he got me. Right on the ear. There he is again.
I thought you said we wouldn't be bothered by insects.
Now, Leroy. Oop! Take that! Leroy, I know how to get rid of that mosquito.
You better think of something before you slap yourself silly.
Beat the fire down, Leroy, and we'll have some smoke.
Okay.
Mosquitoes don't like smoke.
Well, if this doesn't scare him, you can light one of your cigars.
Leroy.
Only kidding, Unc.
Yeah, that should do it.
Yeah, that did it all right. It put out the fire.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Gosh, what a vacation. No campfire, nothing to eat but beans. Unc, I don't see how we're better off than we'd be in the mountains.
No, my boy, don't lose heart. Let's enjoy ourselves.
You show me how.
Well, let's just sit around the smoldering embers.
Just looking at each other?
We can sing a song. That's what everybody does when they're rusticating.
We're rusting, all right.
Oh, no. What would you like to sing?
Well, we're stuck here in the yard. How about the prisoner's song?
Leroy, join in. We'll sing Home on the Range.
Okay.
There's that darn phone again.
Go ahead, Unc. Let's drown it out.
Oh, well, we'll try. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam. Come on, Leroy.
Okay.
And the deer and the antelope play. Where seldom is heard a discouraging word.
Boy, is this ever discouraging.
And the skies are not cloudy all day. Home, home on the range.
We're disturbing the neighbors, Unc.
Leroy, we haven't any neighbors. We're on vacation. Where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard. What was that?
We might not have any neighbors, but somebody threw a shoe into the bean pan.
What a vacation. Our neighbors are mad at us. I've got mosquito lumps all over me, and the dogs ran off with their steak. Leroy, why did you talk me into this?
Me? This was your idea.
Oh, well, let's make the best of it. Help me crawl into Peavy's sleeping bag.
Okay, but it's going to be a snug fit.
Yeah, I think I can make it if I draw up my knees. Yeah.
There. Maybe if you exhale, I can pull up the zipper.
Yeah. Wait a minute, Leroy. It's cold out here at night. I better put my arms inside. Okay. Zip. Right up to my chin. What's so funny?
You look like a sack of potatoes with one of them sticking out the top.
Yes. Well, let's try to get some sleep.
Say, where'd all the stars go?
Huh?
Boy, look at that lightning. Wouldn't it be great if we had a thunderstorm just like in the mountains?
Great.
That sounds pretty far away, though.
Yeah, I don't think it'll rain.
You don't?
Uh-oh. Caught a big drop right in the eye. Can't get my hands out to wipe it.
You know, this is going to be key.
Buckets full right in my face.
Pull over under the tree, Unc.
Leroy, how do you move in a sleeping bag?
Crawl. Think like a worm.
Leroy, unzip the zipper. My arms are inside.
Okay. Hey, this is funny. The zipper won't work.
Won't work?
Nope.
It has to work. Try again. The water's coming in around my neck.
I'm trying, huh?
Hurry. There'll be a bag full of water before I know it.
Sorry, Unc. The zipper's stuck tight.
Oh, my goodness. Just look at that lightning.
Maybe it'll strike and melt the zipper.
Leroy, don't say that.
Oh, there's the phone again, Unc.
No, I hear it. By George, that does it. I'm going inside.
How?
Well, Leroy, have you got your Boy Scout knife?
Sure.
We'll cut some holes in the bottom of the sleeping bag so I can stick my feet out.
Okay. I can cut the holes if you can fix it with Mr. Peavy.
To heck with Peavy. I'm getting into the house.
There's one hole. Stick a foot through.
Yeah, I need 2 holes, Leroy.
I know. There.
Help me to my feet, my boy. Hurry.
Oh, what's your hurry? The phone stopped ringing.
It's still raining. Come on, break a window.
Break a window? You're asking me to?
Break the window, Leroy.
Oh, boy. I used this shoe the neighbor threw at us. Here goes. Hot dog, this is the best vacation I ever had.
Come on now. Unlock the window and push it up. I'll roll in.
Okay.
Give me a push, Leroy.
Sure.
Darn sleeping bag. Oh! Phew. With all this padding, I would land right on my head.
You all right,
Yeah, I guess so. There's the phone again. That's to take short steps for this thing. Leroy, scramble through the window. I need help.
Okay.
Should have cut holes in the sleeping bag for my hands. Bound to be an important call.
You want me to take the message, John?
No, just hold the receiver to my ear.
Go ahead.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. This is Mr. Peavy.
Peavy! I almost broke my neck getting into the house. I thought this was an important call.
Well, it is. I've been trying to call you all day.
You're the one who's been phoning?
I thought I'd better tell you before you get into that sleeping bag the zipper is inclined to stay.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. There's a secret to making delicious chicken salad, and that secret is in the jar marked Miracle Whip salad dressing at your grocer's. The wonderful flavor of Miracle Whip, its lively, teasing flavor, the flavor that no other salad dressing has, is what gives chicken salad or any other salad made with Miracle Whip its unusual goodness. Get a jar of Miracle Whip salad dressing tomorrow and see if you don't agree with the millions who call Miracle Whip their favorite salad dressing.
Darn Peavy. Fine time to tell me the zipper sticks.
You see, Unc, if we'd gone up to the mountains, this wouldn't have happened.
Well, it's too late to think about that now. What am I going to do with this fool sleeping bag?
Looks like you're going to have to wear it.
All right, George, I'm going to get out of this thing somehow.
Well, you could quit eating. When you get thin enough, you can crawl out of the hole where your neck is.
Oh, my goodness. Leroy, you're being no help. Get the oil can. Lubricate the zipper.
Unc, if I get you out, can we go to the mountains for a couple of days?
Just get the oil can.
Can we, Unc, if I get you out?
Leroy, get the oil can.
You didn't answer my question.
All right, all right. If you can open this bag, I'll take you to the mountains.
You will? Oh, boy, get your chin out of the way.
Hey, what happened? It opened.
Yeah, well, let's head for the mountains.
Leroy, did you trick me?
Who, me?
What a boy. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday throughout the summer months for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Delicious. That's the sandwich you make with Miracle Sandwich Spread. Miracle Sandwich Spread has a wonderful tang, a flavor that'll make your sandwiches taste better than ever. Kraft makes this sandwich spread from America's favorite salad dressing, Miracle Whip, and delightful spicy relishes. Use Miracle Sandwich Spread along with the meat or cheese sandwich filling you like best. Or for the quickest, easiest, thriftiest sandwich you could want, use it alone between slices of bread. Tomorrow, get Miracle Sandwich Spread.
Tonight, hear the best of Groucho on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of wonderful Kraft Deluxe Slices. perfect slices of delicious pasteurized processed cheese. Kraft Deluxe slices are made an exclusive way to give you more wonderful flavor in every sandwich size slice. Enjoy them often. Kraft Deluxe slices, another product you can depend on for quality because it's made by Kraft. Well, it's summertime, and the great Gildersleeve is planning his vacation from the water department a little differently this year. He's going to take it a day or two at a time as the mood strikes him. The mood has just struck him.
Right, George. I just won't go to the office today, Bertie.
No, sir?
I'll use up a day of my vacation. I'll still have 13 days left.
Yes, sir.
I need a day of complete relaxation. Absolute peace and quiet.
Yes, sir.
That hammock out under the trees looks inviting. Think I'll stretch out and doze.
Yes, sir. You want me to yell when lunch is ready?
No noise, Bertie. If I'm asleep, just wave a cheese sandwich under my nose.
Yes, sir. That'll bring you around. If you want any ice water or lemonade, Mr. Gildersleeve, I'll be right here in the house. Just yell.
Oh, thank you, Bertie. Yes, sir, this is going to be a restful day. Hello, little Bertie.
Did you call Bertie, Mr. Gildersleeve?
No, Bertie.
Don't you call Bertie?
No. Gee, she frightened the bird away. Oh, well, it'll be all the quieter around here. I wonder if this old hammock will hold me. Fabric is pretty thin, especially in the saggy part. Well, here goes. A fellow could fall through here and get trapped. Yeah. Oop. You'll have to lie still. Yes, sir, this is it. Does a man good to get off to himself. Close out the hustle and bustle. The darn phone. Zeke. Well, if I'm going to doze, I'd better doze. Yes, Bertie?
It wasn't for you.
All right.
It was for me, Lord.
Great.
It was for you. I wouldn't have started you. I know you rested.
Yes. Well, drift off, Gildersleeve. Nice cool breeze. Look at those fleecy clouds up there.
Come on, guys. We'll play ball in the backyard.
Oh, for Leroy and his friends.
Peggy, you catch Marvin pitch and I'll bat.
Why can't I bat? It's my bat.
It's my yard.
I'm going to bat. It's my ball.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Let's let Marvin bat and get rid of him.
I'll bat, but you can't get rid of me.
Where's home plate?
Right over there. The corner of the house is first base, the lilac bush is second, and third base is Unc in the hammock.
Uh-oh. I don't want anybody sliding into me.
Hey, is that your uncle?
Yeah, I think he's asleep.
Are you asleep, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Hardly, Marvin.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Piggy.
Are we disturbing you, Unc?
No, Leroy. I was just going in the house. Yeah, George, I'll never get any rest out here.
Hey, let's not play ball. Let's all get in the hammock.
Yeah, but then it's a flying saucer. Okay, I'm captain. I'm captain. I'm little like the men in the flying saucer.
I wish you'd go back to the moon. What noisy kids.
You through resting, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Bertie, I haven't started.
No, sir.
I'm heading for the couch in my den.
Yes, sir. You'll have a good rest in there.
I'd have been better off going to the office and sleeping there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is better than the hammock anyway.
Come on in, gang.
Oh, my goodness. Here they come like a herd of buffalo. Leroy, be more quiet.
We're just going up to my room, Unc.
We're going to get Leroy's ray gun.
Yeah, they're going to shoot me.
Come on, gang.
Hey, let's play here in the house.
Yeah, shoot me here in the house.
It's time I made some noise around here. Leroy!
Gosh, Unc, why did you drag me away from the kids?
Leroy, you were getting too noisy.
I took the day off to relax.
But it's summer. The only chance us kids get to play.
Well, don't cram the whole summer into one day.
Gosh.
No. I have a suggestion to make.
Yeah?
Why don't we jump in the car and go up to Grass Lake?
Oh, boy. Wait till I tell Piggy and Marvin.
Oh, no, you don't. The whole idea is to get off by ourselves.
Well, we'll go swimming, huh, Unc?
You bet. Be ready in half an hour. I have to stop in at Petey.
Well, I'll go find my bathing suit. Hurry, Unc.
All right, my boy. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Peavy, what do you have in bathing caps?
I don't have anything in bathing caps.
Yes, you do. I see some there on the shelf.
Well, I have bathing caps, but I don't have anything in them. I usually leave that up to the customer.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you plan to put in the bathing cap, Mr. Gildersleeve? A blonde or a brunette?
I'm going to wear it.
You don't say.
What do you have for me?
Well, here's a cap with a chin strap and a bow on it.
Oh, I wouldn't wear that swimming. Think how I'd look.
Well, nobody'd notice you if you kept your head underwater.
All right, Peavy. Show me a man's cap.
Going swimming, are you?
What do you think?
I think you're going swimming.
That's right. It's the first day of my vacation from the water department.
That's nice.
I'm going out to Grass Lake today and relax, so I can be back at the office hitting the ball tomorrow.
A one-day vacation? The city's getting a little chintzy, isn't it?
Peavy, I'm spreading out my vacation this year, taking a day or two at a time.
Yeah, everybody to his taste.
Yeah, I was having a fine time at home in the hammock until Leroy and his noisy young friends came along.
There seems to be a lot of kids around since school let out.
Well, the only way I can get any rest today is to slip out to Grass Lake.
It's pretty hard to sneak off to a swimming hole without the kids tagging along.
Well, I'd take them, Peavy, but I couldn't relax. It's too much responsibility.
That could be. But if they take a notion to go...
Oh, no. I'll just outsmart them.
Those kids are pretty sharp, Mr. Gildersleeve, especially Leroy's little pal, Marvin.
Look, Peavy, a 9-year-old can't match wits with me. I may be on a vacation, but my brain isn't.
Well, now, I wouldn't say that.
Peavy.
Leroy, don't you go outside and tell them boys your uncle's taking you swimming.
I'm not going to tell them.
Your uncle wouldn't like it, so don't you tell him where you're going.
All right, I won't even mention Grass Lake. Hi, Leroy. Hi, Marvin.
Come on out, Leroy.
I'm coming. Gosh, I wish the kids could go with me. How can I let them know Uncle and I are going swimming without telling them?
Let's play ball again.
Yeah, let's play ball. I can't. I've got to go somewhere with my uncle.
Okay, Marvin and I'll play.
Yeah, we'll play, and I'll bet.
Well, wait a minute. I said I was going somewhere.
We heard you. I'll bet.
Don't you want to know where I'm going?
Where you going?
I can't tell you.
Come on, Piggy, I'll bet.
Wait a minute, Marvin. I bet you and Piggy wish you were going where I'm going, because I'm going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Where are you going?
My aunt says not to tell you. But if you know how to play charades, you can guess.
That corny game? That's a girl's game.
You're thinking of post office.
Now, charades is where you act it out. Now, I'll hold my nose with one hand and jump off something into something. Where am I going?
Crazy?
Look, I'll lie down here in the grass. Grass, you hear me? Grass. What does it make you think of?
Mowing the lawn?
Oh, for corn's sake. Look. I'm kicking my feet and sort of swimming with my arms.
Boy, you look stupid.
You're the one who's stupid. You can't even guess I'm going swimming at Grass Lake.
Swimming?
Boy, I thought of that, but you weren't even in the water. You look stupid, trying to swim on grass.
Hey, Leroy, you think your uncle will take us?
Well, he doesn't want to take you. That's why I couldn't tell you where we were going.
Well, maybe he'll take us if we hang around.
That's what I was thinking.
I bet he'll take me. I can look awful pitiful when I want to.
Well, don't overdo it.
Nah, we don't want Leroy's uncle to get suspicious.
His uncle won't get on to me. I can fool my father, and he's smarter than Leroy's uncle.
Watch it, Marvin, or I'll withdraw my invitation.
I'm all set for Grass Lake, Bertie.
Yes, sir. Too bad the boys were so noisy around here this morning.
Well, now I'm glad they were. I'm looking forward to a quiet day at the lake.
Yes, sir.
Just Leroy and me. Leroy!
Yeah?
Are you ready to go?
I'm hurrying. Because we sure don't want to be here in case Piggy and Marvin show up again.
Well, I'm not taking them. I want a day of rest with no responsibility.
I wonder who that could be.
He's probably a solicitor. I'll go see.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, it's you, Piggy.
Is that Piggy? Well, what do you know?
Piggy, I'm afraid Leroy can't play anymore today.
Oh, I didn't come to play with Leroy. I came to see you.
Me? Well, come in.
Oh, thank you, sir. Mr. Gildersleeve, I understand this is your first day of vacation.
Well, I hope it is.
So I was thinking maybe you'd like to get off to yourself without anybody to bother you.
Frankly, Piggy, I'd like nothing better.
Well, I was thinking if you and Leroy are going anywhere, I'd volunteer to go along and play with Leroy to keep him out of your hair.
Oh.
I know you work hard because you're a big man in town. You're water commissioner and everything.
Well...
And I was thinking that you would appreciate it if I went along. What do you think of my thinking?
Piggy, I appreciate all the thinking that has gone into this. And I know you have my best interest at heart. But today I'm going to struggle through life alone.
Well, I just thought I'd volunteer. Have a good time.
Yes.
You want me to go to the door, Ron?
Yeah, I'm right here, Leroy.
Hi, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Come in, Marvin.
Is that Marvin?
Yeah. Boy, it sure is hot today. Don't you think it's a hot day, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I think it's quite comfortable.
I think it's hot. Boy, I wish we had a swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think it's hot, Mr. Gildersleeve?
No, Marvin.
I guess I feel it more because I'm a little kid. I'm closer to the hot ground than you are.
Marvin, you have my sympathy.
Does that mean you're going to take us?
Yeah.
Take you where?
Well, wherever you're going, in case you're going anywhere.
Well, we are going somewhere. If you boys will excuse us. Come on, Leroy.
Okay. Boy, it sure is hot down here where I am.
Now, Marvin, this is only the first week of real summer.
Maybe that's why I feel it so much. Maybe this is the day I'll just melt away.
Let's go, Leroy.
I'll just melt down to nothing but a greasy spot on the hot old sidewalk.
Oh, my goodness.
People will look down and say, "What's that spot on the sidewalk?" And people will say, "That was Marvin."
All right, I give in.
Yeah?
You boys go home and get your bathing suits.
I've already got mine under my clothes.
Zeke, he was just toying with me.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Here's how to make the most delicious cheese sandwich you've ever tasted. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Take a package of Kraft Deluxe Slices. Perfect slices of wonderful tasting pasteurized processed cheese and slit the airtight wrapper. 2. Just peel the slices apart as easily as you'd peel a banana. 3. Place the perfectly formed slices on the bread. Kraft Deluxe Slices come to you exactly sandwich size, so there's no bothersome cutting with a knife. And Kraft Deluxe Slices are uniform and perfect with absolutely no ragged edges. That's because Kraft Deluxe Slices are made a completely new way, an exclusive Kraft way. Instead of being cut from a loaf, these slices are actually formed by an amazing Kraft invention. This helps Kraft Deluxe Slices keep fresh longer, too, because their surfaces are never roughed up with a knife. And most important of all, processed cheese made this wonderful Kraft way has more flavor. We think you'll agree that it's the most delicious processed cheese you've ever tasted. There are 8 of these sandwich-sized slices, a whole half-pound of fine processed cheese in every square package of Kraft Deluxe Slices. Keep several packages on hand always for grand-tasting cheese sandwiches and snacks you can fix easily in just minutes. Just be sure you get the quality slices when you buy. Look for the name on the package, Kraft Deluxe Slices. Well, the great Gildersleeve planned a day of complete relaxation at Grass Lake. Of course, he was taking Leroy. Then Leroy's friends heard about it. Now it looks like he's going to have a car full of kids.
I'm loading the car, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Bertie, do we have to take all that?
Well, if all the kids are going along, you'll need plenty of lunch baskets and thermos jugs.
It's beginning to look like a safari.
And you'll have to have blankets to spread on the beach and camp chairs and towels. And Leroy wants to take his swim fins and canoe paddle.
Whose fishing pole is this?
That's Piggy's.
12 feet long. Where are we going to put it?
Tie it on the top of the car and put a flag on it.
Ooh, what a day off. Fine rest I'm going to get, supervising a bunch of kids. I didn't want the responsibility.
No, sir.
Where are they? I've lost them already.
Leroy and Piggy are out in the flower bed digging bait.
Flower bed? Oh, fine.
What do you want the can of worms, Unc?
I don't want them. But if we have to take them, put them in the trunk compartment.
Just turn them loose in there?
Leave them in the can, Piggy.
Put them in, Piggy.
Okay.
Well, it's getting late. Let's pile in the car.
Where's Marvin, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I sent him home to get a letter of approval from his mother. I'm not going to assume all the responsibility.
Hey, we may have to go without him.
Wouldn't that be too bad?
Here he comes, wearing a great big red inner tube.
He looks like a walking donut.
Come on, Marvin.
Yeah, you slow poke.
Who's a slow poke? Let's go. What are we waiting for?
Not so fast, Marvin. Where's the letter from your mother?
It's pinned in my hat.
Pinned in your hat?
Yeah, I lose things.
I'm getting it, Mr. Gildersleeve. Here you are.
Yeah, all right, let me check this. Mr. Gildersleeve, it's all right for you to take Marvin to Grass Lake if you'll take good care of him.
Let's get going, Unc.
Here, wait a minute, Leroy. I'm just getting to the fine print. Don't let Marvin get near poison oak, eat too much candy, drink too much pop, or wade in over his knees. Don't let him stay in the sun too long, as he has a very tender skin. Marvin?
Let's go, Unc.
Hold your horses. Here's a postscript. Watch him every minute and be sure he takes a nap at 2 o'clock.
Mr. Gildersleeve, it's a good thing you got that letter so you don't have any responsibility.
Yes. Climb in, Marvin, and we'll never get to the lake.
Oh, boy.
Rev it up.
Contact. Flapstone.
Oh. Well, at last we're on our way. Next stop, Grass Lake.
Oh, no, it isn't.
What's this, Marvin?
My mother said to stop someplace and get me some earplugs.
Earplugs? I thought you could only go in up to your knees.
When I get in up to my knees, I always do some diving.
Oh, I wish I could duck out of this. All right, Marvin. Run into Mr. Peavy's and get your earplugs.
You come in with me.
Why?
I haven't got any money.
Well, that's a good reason. Come along.
Make it snappy, Unc.
Yeah, the lake will be frozen over before we get there.
We'll be right out. Hello, Peavy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hi, Mr. Peavy.
Oh, hello there, Marvin. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'd like to buy some earplugs on Mr. Gildersleeve's money.
You don't say.
Yes, I do.
Give him the earplugs, Peavy.
Very well. Decided to take the boys to Grass Lake after all, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I didn't have anything to say about it.
Here's your plug, Mr. Marvin.
Pay the man, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, I have a charge account.
Hey, that's good to know.
Let's go, Marvin. The day's wasting.
Hi, Mr. Peavy.
Hi, Mr. Peavy.
Oh, hello, boy.
Leroy, I thought you and Piggy were going to wait in the car.
I want a candy bar.
And I could use an ice cream soda.
But...
Why don't we all have an ice cream soda? Mr. Gildersleeve has a charge account.
What'll you have, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Give me an aspirin.
Oh, boy, doesn't the lake look keen?
Yeah, smooth as glass.
A weekday is the time to go to the lake, when most everybody's working.
Yeah, that's what I should be doing. Marvin, don't wander off.
I just
Marvin, come back. You stay here, Leroy. I'll have to go get him.
Okay. Piggy and I'll break out the lunch.
Marvin, get out of the bushes. The rocks are hard on the toes. I shouldn't have gotten into my bathing suit so soon. Marvin, where are you?
Right here.
I didn't see you. Come along now. There's poison oak in here.
I know. I see some.
Oh, where is it?
You're standing in it.
Oh! Well, I washed with soap and water. I don't think I'll get poison oak.
You'll know for sure tomorrow.
Yes. What a total loss this day is.
Hey, Unc! There's a motorboat out there.
Great.
There's a girl in it.
A girl? Well.
She's coming close to shore.
Yes, she is. Let's wave to her.
Why are you waving to her?
Well, that's the law of the sea. Say, that's May Kelly.
Oh, fine.
Yoo-hoo! Miss Kelly!
Hello there!
Say, if she's going to stop, I'd better get down and chat with her.
Is that another law of the sea?
What about your lunch, Mr. Gildersleeve?
You fellas go ahead. I'll be right back.
Hello, Throckmorton. I wonder who that handsome man was.
It's me. How do you happen to be out here, May?
I love the water.
Me too. Mind if I wade out to the boat?
Please do.
Yeah. That's a very becoming bathing suit you're wearing.
Thank you.
Swaying coconut palms and everything.
It kicks up quite a storm, doesn't it?
You bet.
Who do you have with you, a Boy Scout troop?
No, just my nephew Leroy and his pals.
Oh, what a nice uncle to bring them out.
You have.
Oh, it's very thoughtful of you.
Yes, it is. Not many people would assume so much responsibility. You know how boys are. They scatter to the four winds, get into things. And when there's water, you have to be extra careful.
Well, I can't imagine a more elegant-looking lifeguard.
Yeah, I hope I don't have to pull any of them out. But I'm just the guy who can do it. What are you up to with this boat? And the water skis and back?
Oh, we're just cruising around the lake, looking for someone to play with.
Hey, now. I'm your playboy.
Wonderful. Want to take a spin?
Well, I can still keep an eye on the boy.
Oh, let's go. You can get on the water skis.
Me? On the water skis?
Well, sure. I'll pull you around the lake.
Yeah, on second thought, perhaps I shouldn't leave the kids even for a minute.
Oh, they're busy eating. They'll never leave those big sandwiches. Come on.
Well.
Afraid?
Oh, no. Except the last time I got on skis, I had snow under me.
Oh, there's nothing to it. Especially an athletic fellow like you. Now, here, fit your feet into these.
Yeah, let's see. Like this?
Yes, that's right. Are they good and tight?
If I had any more foot, I'd have to have more ski.
Hey, Unc, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll be right back, Leroy. Take care of Marvin.
Okay.
Little Marvin's mother sent me a long note about taking care of him, so we'd better not go out too far.
Oh, no, we'll just make a circle.
I hope both of us make it.
You see, I'll pull away from shore slowly, and you hang on to the rope.
Yeah, hang on to the rope.
Uh-huh. Now, just sit on the skis and gradually raise yourself out of the water to a standing position. Oh, it's as simple as falling off a log.
Oh, yes.
Now, I'll start the motor. Are you ready?
Ready. There she goes. Steady, Gildersleeve. Sit on the skis. Raise to a standing position. Hey, I made it. I'm water skiing. Look, Leroy, I'm water skiing. Make a turn. How do I get out of this trough? Here comes a big wave. Yeah, I'm going over. Hey, she didn't see me fall off.
My ski's stuck on. Leroy, help!
You all right now, Unc?
I guess so. Piggy, stop pounding me on the back.
I want to get all the water out of you.
Is he all right, Leroy?
Yeah, he's okay.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
Boy, was he waterlogged. It took all three of us to haul him up on shore.
Yeah, all right, Marvin.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I don't think I can come to the lake with you again.
Oh?
You're too big a responsibility.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Take your choice. There are 5 delicious kinds of Kraft Deluxe slices for the most wonderful variety of easy-to-fix cheese sandwiches you've ever enjoyed. Get these perfect slices of fine-tasting pasteurized processed cheese in mellow Kraft American with bits of scarlet pimento added, nut-sweet Kraft Swiss, Kraft Brick with that deep, rich goodness, and sharp Old English brand. Try all 5 wonderful kinds of Kraft Deluxe slices.
Unc.
I'm nursing my Charlie horses, Leroy. I'm sore and stiff all over from that Grass Lake excursion.
You're not even going into the office?
I'm taking today off to rest up from yesterday. I didn't know I had so many muscles.
Well, you shouldn't be sore. Your muscles are pretty well padded.
They hurt anyway.
You don't feel like playing ball, huh?
No, I wouldn't get out of this house for anybody. I'm right by the phone, Bertie. Hand it to me, Leroy.
Sure.
Hello.
Throckmorton, this is May.
Well, May.
I had so much fun with you at Grass Lake yesterday.
Thank you.
I wonder if you'd care to meet me there again today.
You bet. I'll be right out.
I'll be waiting. Bye.
Bye.
You going out to Grass Lake again today? What about your Charlie horse?
I may ride it out there. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and was partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Lillian Randolph, Stuffy Singer, Viola Vaughn, Tommy Cook, and Dick the Grand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week throughout the summer for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Having a picnic? Well, make those picnic sandwiches taste extra good with Miracle Sandwich Spread. Miracle Sandwich Spread is made by Kraft from America's favorite salad dressing, Miracle Whip, and spicy relishes. See what a wonderfully different flavor. What tang Miracle Sandwich Spread adds to your meat or cheese sandwiches. Or use it alone between slices of bread for a sandwich that's really thrifty and quick and easy to fix. Stop at your grocer's first thing tomorrow and take home a jar of delicious Miracle Sandwich Spread.
Tonight, enjoy the best of Groucho on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. 20 years ago, the Kraft Foods Company introduced a wonderful new salad dressing, a superbly smooth, delicious-tasting salad dressing called Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip was so remarkably good that it soon became the most popular salad dressing ever created. Now Miracle Whip outsells the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined, and good cooks everywhere depend on it to make their salads better tasting. To bring out the best in your salads, use the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. Well, it has always been a source of satisfaction to the great Gildersleeve that such a fine state of harmony and mutual understanding exists between his own little family and that of his niece Marjorie next door. They share many things, such as the apple pie the water commissioner just polished off at dinner.
Why, George, that was a fine pie Marjorie brought over, Bertie.
Yes, sir. That Miss Marjorie's getting to be a fine cook.
When she used to send things over here, I thought it was because Bronco wouldn't eat them.
Oh, Leroy. Bertie, you'd better bake something for Marjorie so she'll keep them coming.
Yes, sir. I sent a cheese souffle over there the other day.
Good idea. I'd like another of Marjorie's pies.
What's so great about her pie? She probably bought it frozen.
Well, she had to thaw it out. Didn't she, Bertie?
Yes, sir. You want to look over today's mail with your second cup of coffee?
Yeah, thank you, Bertie. Yeah, I always like to look at the mail around the 15th of the month, because nobody's telling you to pay something by the 10th.
Yes, sir.
Say, here's a fancy circular from the hardware store. Yeah, I never can get out of a hardware store without buying something.
Well, why do you go in there?
Well, to buy something. Say, here's something I've been wanting for a long time. An electric spray gun.
Spray gun?
Yeah, for painting jobs around the house.
Oh, boy, get it, Unc. I'll fill it with ink and take it to school next fall.
You will not. Right, George, it'd be just the thing for painting the picket fence.
Oh, groan.
No, I'll do it, my boy.
All them spray guns have a lot of uses. I heard Judge say that he used one to spray the aphids right off his rose trellis.
Hey, come to think of it, Bronco and Margie were talking about painting their lawn furniture. Maybe Bronco would like to go in on it.
You going to ask him to pay for half of it?
Well, he'll be using it as much as I will. I think I'll go talk to him tonight.
Well, how do you know he wants to buy a spray gun?
Leroy, I anticipate these things. He has painting to do, so it follows he'll want to do it the handy, economical, easy way. That's what it says right here.
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't want to do the painting himself. Maybe he wants to hire it done.
Well, that's where he's completely wrong. Right, George, it's a good thing I keep my eyes open to these things.
Oh, brother.
That's why our two families get along so well. My foresight. Right, Bertie?
Well, you're better off with foresight than just hindsight.
You bet.
Yes, sir. It's no trick to see what's behind. So you're a lot better off with foresight than hindsight, because if your foresight is as good as your hindsight, then your sight's better off.
Do you want me to get your slippers, Bronco?
No, thanks, Marge, honey. I'll just sit here and wiggle my toes at television.
Shall we turn it on?
No, not yet. Just wanted to be quiet for a while.
All right, darling.
Had a hard day at the office.
Oh?
A pushy salesman came in, and I thought I'd never get rid of him. He wouldn't take no for an answer. He insisted he had exactly what I needed. I held my temper. I restrained myself.
Poor Bronco.
I couldn't go through that again. Some salesman just...
Hey, you sit still. I'll go to the door, dear.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Hello, Marjorie.
Why, Unky, come on in.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Bronco, I came over to sell you something.
Oh, sell me something?
Well, actually, I came over to offer you an opportunity.
Well, that's what a fella kept telling me all afternoon.
Oh?
Won't you sit down, Unky?
Well, I'll sit over here close to Bronco and talk over our deal.
Well, what is our deal, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, you know that lawn furniture you're going to repaint.
Oh, I'm not going to paint it. I'm going to hire it done.
Well, as I told Leroy before I came over, that's where you're all wrong.
Oh, I am?
Bronco's a little tired tonight, Unky. Don't you want to discuss it another time?
Bronco, you should never be too tired to save money. You can paint things yourself a lot cheaper than you can hire it done. Now, here's a picture of the paint sprayer I thought we'd go in on.
Paint sprayer?
It's exactly what you need.
Well, I suppose a man can need something like a paint sprayer and not be aware of it.
You bet. Take somebody like me to point it out to you.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I'm sorry, but I don't want a paint sprayer.
Oh, you won't have a whole paint sprayer. You just own half of it.
Well, I don't even want half a paint sprayer.
No, Bronco, you just think you don't. You haven't even thought about a paint sprayer until I came in here.
Oh, that's very true.
Unky, I really don't think Bronco's interested in a paint sprayer.
But I won't take no for an answer.
Look,
The reason I'm pushing this, Bronco, is that it has advantages you haven't thought about.
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve...
You can use a paint sprayer for touch-up jobs on woodwork. You can even paint your car.
That would save a lot of money, Bronco.
Yeah, well,
The first thing I'm going to do with our spray gun is paint my picket fence. And besides painting with it, you can use it to spray flowers and shrubs, get rid of insects.
Oh, it gets rid of insects, huh?
You know, that'd be wonderful, Bronco. We've been talking about hiring a man to do the spraying.
Well, now, Marge, please.
And every penny we save will help pay for the new rug we want.
Yes, indeed. A penny saved is a penny earned. Calvin Coolidge said that.
Poor Richard.
Oh, yes. Poor Richard said that, Bronco.
Yeah, well, if he said that, why was he so poor?
No, Bronco, you're being facetious.
How much would this spray gun cost, Unky?
Well, it's a closeout at $18, Marjorie. That's only $9 apiece.
Why, it'll cost more than that to have a man paint the lawn furniture, Bronco.
Yeah, all right. I'll buy it.
Now, there's another way of looking at it, Bronco.
Yeah, I said I'd buy it.
But you should know why you're buying it. A person doesn't use a paint sprayer very often. So why should you buy one, or why should I buy one? We'll buy one together.
Yeah, I know. I get the picture.
And whenever you want to use it, or whenever I want to use it, there it'll be.
You see, Bronco?
Yeah, Marjorie. Here's my $9, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Now, Bronco, I have a feeling you're not completely sold on this project.
Yes, I am. Sold to the hilt.
Before I take your money, don't you think we'd better discuss it a little more?
Mr. Gildersleeve, you just get the paint sprayer.
Fine. I'll pick it up tomorrow.
All right, Unky.
Well, I better run along home now. Good night, kiddies.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Good night, Unky. Poor Bronco, you've had a hard day.
Well, after that salesman at the office, I'm just a little tired having people try to sell me something.
What was he trying to sell you?
A paint sprayer.
Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Well, I just noticed a sign in your window. Come in and guess the temperature. What's the idea?
Well, the idea is to get people in the store to guess the temperature.
Well, I know, but why?
It gets people in the store.
What do you win?
You win a cool drink at the fountain. It's a great business booster, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, I'll take a chance, Peavy. It's a hot day. I'll guess the temperature is around 90.
Yeah? Let me take a look. My thermometer says 96.
96? Peavy, where do you have that thermometer?
Hanging behind the coffee urn.
Oh, my goodness.
When people find out how hot it is, they usually buy a cool fountain drink.
Well, okay, Peavy. Ice up a Coke.
Very well.
Peavy, I made a purchase at the hardware store this morning.
You don't say.
Guess what I bought?
Some hardware?
Well, yes. I have it here in the box. Look, Peavy. A paint sprayer.
You going to spray something?
What do you think?
I think you're going to spray something.
Yeah, that's right. Bronco and I bought it together.
He's going to spray something, too, I take it, huh?
Yeah, we'll have it handy at home when either one of us wants it. It's my idea. I look out for both families in a way.
Well, somebody has to be the big cheese.
It isn't that. Sharing things this way brings families closer together.
That could be.
You should have a spray gun like this, Peavy. In 10 minutes, you could spray that old counter.
It could stand a little pain.
Say, why don't I leave the gun with you?
Oh, no, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve. I make it a practice not to borrow anything except money. I get that from the bank once in a while.
Peavy, you can feel free to borrow from me.
No, that's the way to lose friends and customers.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's a vicious circle. You borrow from friends, lose them as customers, and then you have to borrow from the bank again.
Well, now I'm going to insist you borrow the gun.
Well, I'd rather not.
Don't insult me, Peavy.
Did I insult you?
Well, you practically said I'm the type who'd get mad because you borrowed something.
Well, I didn't mean that, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, say what you mean. Let's not be mealy-mouthed.
Very well.
Do you or do you not want to borrow my spray gun?
Well,
I'll tell you this. If you don't, you're going to lose a customer.
Oh, fiddlesticks. Leave the spray gun.
Yes, Bertie.
That was you. I have lunch ready and 2 shakes of lamb's tail.
Oh, fine. What are we having?
Lamb.
Well, I'll be ready.
Did you get the spray gun?
Yes, indeed. It's a beauty, Bertie.
Yes, sir. How does it work?
Well, I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, Mr. Bronco has it?
No, I let Mr. Peavy borrow it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm anxious to start on our picket fence, though, after Mr. Peavy gets through with it. Yeah, I don't imagine Bronco's in any hurry to use it.
No, sir.
Oh, get it!
Oh, my goodness. All right, Bertie.
Why, it's Mr. Bronco.
Oh, Bertie.
Come on in, Mr. Bronco.
Well, Bronco.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve. You know, I think I owe you an apology.
An apology?
Yeah, I was a little tired and out of sorts last night.
Oh, that's all right.
No, it isn't. I'm afraid I wasn't very receptive to the spray gun idea, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well...
But Marge and I have talked it over, and we think it's a fine idea.
Well, I won't deny it.
Yeah, I'm anxious to get started painting. In fact, I've taken the afternoon off just so I can spray the lawn furniture.
Uh-oh.
You've taken the afternoon off?
Yeah. Where's the gun?
The gun? Well, let's see. The gun.
What, you bought it, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, well, I'm raring to go. Got my old clothes on and everything. Where's the gun?
Well, as a matter of fact, I left it with Petey.
Oh, is Mr. Peavy in on this, too?
Oh, no, but he had some painting to do. Good friend of mine, you know.
Oh, that's strange. You know, it isn't like Mr. Peavy to ask for our new spray gun before either one of us has used it.
Don't blame Peavy, Bronco. I suggested that he freshen up his showcase with it.
Oh, I'm not blaming Mr. Peavy.
Well, gee.
No, but it's all right. I can change my plans. Go back home, change my clothes, go back to the office.
I'll be glad to go and get it from Peavy.
No, never mind. It's half yours. You have a right to lend it to other people, I guess.
Yeah, but I can get it in 5 minutes.
Don't put yourself out.
Zeke. Well, Bertie, what do you think?
Mr. Gildersleeve, I think that spray gun's loaded.
Yeah, well...
I didn't want to say anything when you got the idea, but Bertie thinks that gun's loaded.
Yeah, all right,
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know what Bertie thinks?
Yes,
That's
Bertie.
right. Bertie thinks that gun is loaded.
And it's pointed right at me.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Here's a good trick to remember next time you unmold a gelatin salad. Before you turn it onto your serving plate, moisten the surface of that unmolded salad and also moisten the center of the serving plate. Then, if the salad unmolds a little off-center, you can carefully slide it into position without damaging its shape. That'll help give you a lovely-to-look-at salad. Of course, you want that salad to taste good, too. So to be sure you do, use delicious salad dressing Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip has a lively, teasing, peppy flavor, one that millions of folks call just exactly right. And it's a flavor no other salad dressing has, because Miracle Whip is a different kind of salad dressing created by Kraft to give you the qualities of old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine mayonnaise. Miracle Whip has a perfect texture, too. It's smooth as satin, because this dressing is blended thoroughly with a special Kraft beater. So many people like Miracle Whip so much, it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created, actually outselling the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Try it for those shimmering gelatin molds, for colorful vegetable salads, for luscious fruit combinations, and for meat and seafood salads, too. You'll discover there's nothing like smooth, wonderful-tasting Miracle Whip. Well, Well, the great Gildersleeve is a firm advocate of family harmony. He's always thinking of little ways to further cement relations between Bronco, Marjorie, and himself. And one such way was to practically push Bronco into joint ownership of a paint spray gun. But, as Bertie pointed out, it looks like this gun is loaded.
If I hurry, I can get the spray gun from Peavy and get it back to Bronco before he changes his clothes and goes back to the office. By George, anything to keep peace in the family. Hey, I don't see Peavy around. Peavy! Imagine just walking off and leaving the store wide open. Yeah, he could be in the back room sorting pills. Peavy, where are you?
Right here.
Peavy, don't do that.
Well, you asked me where I was, and I told you.
Oh, my goodness. Where's the spray gun?
I have it here under the counter. I'm glad you talked me into borrowing it, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, I had to come back for it, Peavy.
Very well, right after I do my painting.
Yeah, but, Peavy, I have to have it now.
Well, I haven't started yet.
Good, I'm just in time.
But it's full of paint. I was just about to start spraying.
Peavy, don't point that thing at me.
Well, stand aside and I'll get started.
This is an emergency. I need the gun.
So do I. I emptied the showcase, spread papers on the floor. I've gone to a great deal of trouble. Now you want the spray gun.
Well, that's the risk you run when you go around borrowing things.
I didn't want to borrow it in the first place.
You had painting to do, didn't you?
Yes, and I planned to do it. So step away from the counter, Mr. Gildersleeve, unless you want a white mustache.
Peavy! Bronco's waiting to use the gun. He's taking time off.
Well, I've taken time off, too.
Confounded, Bronco owns half the gun, and he's sore.
No, all right. Here, take it.
Aren't you going to clean the gun?
Well, why should I clean it? I haven't used it.
Now, see here. I'm in a hurry. Let's clean the gun pronto.
Mr. Gildersleeve, let's not go ordering people around.
All right. If you're going to be touchy, I'll take the gun as it is.
You're darn tootin' you will.
No, Peavy, watch your temper.
You watch yours, I'll watch mine.
Over. Peavy, I'm going to overlook this whole situation.
Well, bully for you.
You may be stubborn, but we're going to remain friends.
Well, now, I wouldn't say that.
Darn that, Peavy. How do you clean a paint sprayer? Well, here are the directions. There's a lot to do. Well, I know the quickest way to get the job done. Bertie!
You call Bertie, Mr. Gildersleeve?
That's right.
I thought you called Bertie.
Yeah, how'll I maneuver Bertie into this?
Yes, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Bertie, I've often thought that you're the most capable person around here I know.
Bertie getting a raise?
Well.
What you want done, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, this paint sprayer.
I'm kind of busy, but what you want done?
Well, I thought you might take this paint sprayer.
Bertie's got plenty to do, but what you want done?
Bertie, I know you've got plenty to do, but...
Yes, sir, Bertie's busy as all get out, but what you want done?
Bertie, I'm trying to tell you what I want done.
Yes, sir?
I wonder if you'll clean this paint sprayer.
Yes, sir, Bertie be glad to.
Fine.
Right after she does what she has to do.
What do you have to do?
Well, I got to vacuum the upstairs, vacuum the downstairs, peel the vegetables, put out the can, take it in the wash.
Bertie, when will you be through with that?
Tomorrow, but I'll be glad to do it.
By tomorrow, Bronco won't even be speaking to me. Say, why don't I clean out this paint by spraying it on my picket fence? Sure, I'll have the gun emptied for Bronco in a jiffy. Yeah, I'll start right here by the garage. Are you ready? Aim. Fire. Hey, this is fun. Yeah, I wonder if I can make it play shave and a haircut. Yeah, it's better than the musical saw.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bronco. I didn't see you walk up.
Well, you said you'd go right down and get the gun, so I didn't go back to the office. I waited.
Fine, you can have it in a minute.
Oh, hey, go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm just cleaning the gun for you.
Well, perhaps my eyes deceive me, but it looks like you're painting.
Oh, no, just spraying the paint on my fence.
Oh, well, that isn't painting, huh?
Well, you see, Bronco, when I got the gun from Peavy...
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, hello, Leroy.
Hi, what's going on?
Your uncle's painting.
No, I'm not. Bronco, when I picked it up, he had paint in it.
Who had paint in it?
Mr. Gildersleeve, you needn't go into a lengthy explanation.
Yeah, but I want to explain.
What do you want to explain?
Leroy, keep out of this.
What am I supposed to keep out of?
I want to explain something to Bronco.
You don't have to explain anything to me.
Well, then explain it to me.
Look, all I know is this isn't the day you're supposed to use the gun.
Who's supposed to use it?
Bronco is.
Then why isn't he using it?
Because Mr. Peavy was using it.
Oh, brother, what does he have to do with it?
Well, Peavy...
Mr. Gildersleeve, let's not blame it on Mr. Peavy.
Who'll we blame it on?
What are you two arguing about?
There's three of us.
Oh, hello, Marjorie.
What's the argument about?
Don't ask me. I got here late.
Marge, honey, there's no argument. I'm going to the office now.
You are not? Confound it, you're going to paint your lawn furniture.
I am not.
Oh, boy, now we got an argument.
Well, I know how to stop this once and for all.
Gosh, Hunk, you really going to get rid of the spray gun?
Yes, indeed. It's caused nothing but trouble. I'm going to sell it and give Bronco his money.
Yeah?
And Peavy is the logical one to buy it. Still has his paint in it. He'll be glad to see me coming. His store will be in a mess until he finishes painting his counter.
Well, good luck, Unc.
Yeah, I'll see you back home, my boy. And don't tell Bronco what I'm doing for him.
Okay.
Hello, Peavy. Are you still angry with me?
No, I try to keep on good terms with the customer, Mr. Gildersleeve. What do you want to buy?
I don't want to buy anything.
Oh.
No, don't freeze up, Peavy. I want to have a chat with you about this spray gun.
I've heard enough about that spray gun.
Well, I came in to tell you the gun is up for sale.
Well, good riddance.
I hate to part with it, but it's a source of misunderstandings at home. I wanted to sell it to somebody who can use it.
Well, let me see. Who do I know that could use a spray gun?
Peavy, you're all set up to paint that counter. Why don't you buy it?
Mr. Gildersleeve, I don't want to buy a spray gun.
But you wanted to use it.
No, I didn't. You wanted me to use it.
Oh. Look, Peavy, I paid $18 for the gun. I'll sell it to you for $16.
Some bargain.
You don't want it at $16?
I don't want it, period.
Peavy, the gun is brand new. I'm only selling it so I can give Bronco his $9.
What's your deal?
What?
I'll give you $9 for it.
Now, Bronco, when you talk to Unky about the spray gun, don't lose your temper.
No, don't worry, Marge. Thanks to you, I've been able to restrain myself pretty well throughout this whole thing.
Well, I'll go along because I want to be sure.
Oh, you're quite a peacemaker, Marge.
Oh, Bronco.
Ah, yes, you are. With that even disposition of yours, you're the one who maintains harmony between your uncle and us.
Well, Marjorie, Bronco, come in.
Ah, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Unky.
I was just about to come over and see you folks.
Well, I wanted to tell you something you'll be glad to hear.
Oh?
Yeah, I was telling my boss about you.
You were?
What a great idea you had about the spray gun.
You have.
This isn't going to hurt me at the office, Mr. Gildersleeve. The boss wants to borrow it.
Oop.
Isn't that wonderful, Unky?
Yes, but...
Well, you don't mind his borrowing it, do you?
Well, no. Except we don't have it.
We don't?
Well, we had such a to-do about that sprayer, I took the liberty of selling it.
You sold it? Mr. Gildersleeve!
Bronco, temper.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yes. Sorry, Bronco. I was only trying to keep harmony in the family.
Yeah, well, that's all right. I can always square it with my boss.
Good. The reason I bought the gun was to save both of us money.
We appreciate that, Unky.
When I sold it, I had to take a little loss, but here's your $9, Bronco.
Oh, no, Mr. Gildersleeve. If there's a loss involved, I think I should share it.
No. You take it and forget it.
No, I don't want to forget it. I don't want to be obligated to you. I can pay my own way.
Bronco, let me handle this.
Well...
Unky, I think you should let us share the loss. Remember what you said about keeping harmony in the family?
Well, if you insist, my dear, we'll split it. Here's your $4.50.
$4.50.
You said you wanted to share the loss.
We pay out $9 for a spray gun yesterday and only get half of it back today.
But, Marjorie...
Bronco, don't just stand there. Don't you have anything to say?
But, Marge, you told me to let you handle it.
Of all the silly ways to throw away good money, Auntie, why is it...
Oh, how do I get into these things?
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. A tempting fancy salad main dish deserves something special in the way of a bread or cracker accompaniment. So try hot cheese-filled rolls, corn sticks, or oven-toasted crackers. That good-looking salad deserves something special in the way of dressing, too. So use Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip is so delicious, it makes any salad, elegant or plain, taste better than ever. Try it. See what the lively, teasing flavor of Miracle Whip can do for your salad favorites. See why millions prefer Miracle Whip.
Folks, this is Gildersleeve again. I'd like to take this opportunity to salute the farmers of America. We people at Kraft do a lot of business with the farmers, so we know them well. Consequently, we're right behind President Eisenhower's proclamation naming the week of July 19th to the 25th as the 10th National Farm Safety Week. A lot of accidents happen every year on the farms, and there are a lot of fatalities. There's not much some of us can do about it, but since safety is everyone's business, we'd like to ask you fellows on the farms to be extra careful. You're pretty important, you know, because you farmers help keep America growing and strong. Let's everybody be conscious of National Farm Safety, not only this week, but throughout the year. That's a fine slogan they have. Farm to live and live to farm. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman and is an NBC Radio Network production. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Dick Crenna, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Cheese sandwiches, meat sandwiches, lettuce and tomato sandwiches all taste better than ever when you make them with Miracle Sandwich Spread. Miracle Sandwich Spread has a delicious tang, a wonderful way of adding pep to your sandwich. It's made by Kraft from America's favorite salad dressing, Miracle Whip, and spicy relishes. For a quick, thrifty sandwich, use Miracle Sandwich Spread alone between bread. But try it soon. Miracle Sandwich Spread, made by Kraft.
Tonight, enjoy the best of Groucho on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. 20 years ago, the Kraft Foods Company introduced a wonderful new salad dressing, a superbly smooth, delicious-tasting salad dressing called Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip was so remarkably good that it soon became the most popular salad dressing ever created.
Now Miracle Whip outsells the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined, and good cooks everywhere depend on it to make their salads better tasting. To bring out the best in your salads, use the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. Well, as you may remember, the great Gildersleeve is taking his vacation from the water department on sort of a day here and day there basis this summer. And the plan seems to be working out satisfactorily enough for the water commissioner, but his nephew Leroy doesn't like the idea. And on this bright August morning, he has cornered his uncle in the living room to register a mighty protest.
It's a crying shame, that's what it is, Unc.
Now, Leroy.
It's a crying shame.
Stop bellowing. What's a crying shame?
Here it is August. Everybody else has gone someplace. Everybody else is doing something. What are they doing for a vacation? Sitting here like a couple of bumps on a log.
Leroy, that's not true. We've gone places this summer.
Ah!
Well, we have. I've taken my vacation a day at a time, and we've gone here and we've gone there.
Yeah, here and there. Fine vacation.
Well, we've had 7 days altogether, and I have 7 days more to go. Yeah, I may take off a couple of days this week.
That's no vacation, Unc. A day here, a day there. It's like eating a good dinner, one bite at a time, and taking all day for it. It's cold before you're half finished. You've forgotten what you've eaten, and when you're through, you're still hungry.
Well.
And furthermore.
Leroy, stop shaking your finger in my face.
You're not keeping your promise.
What promise?
You made a promise, and you're not keeping it. You made a promise to a little kid.
What little kid?
Me. Last winter you said that this summer we could get a cabin at a lake and stay for a week. That's what you said.
Yeah, I said that?
We'll get a cabin at a lake and stay for a week. Those were your very words.
When did I say that?
On the 18th of February at 9:15 in the morning.
Leroy.
Ask Bertie. Just ask Bertie. Somebody home for Bertie? Bertie did not say he and I could get a cabin at a lake this summer, didn't he? Last winter he said it, didn't he?
I recall something about going to a cabin.
Hey, you see, Unc, you see?
All right. If I said we'd get a cabin, then that's what we'll do.
We will? Oh, boy!
Leroy, don't grab me like that. You're going to tear my apron off.
We're going up to a lake. Crazy, man. Cool, crazy. You aren't going to change your mind, are you, Unc? You aren't going to back out?
Certainly not. There's one thing your uncle doesn't do, my boy, is change his mind. My word is my bond. You know that.
Yeah, I know, but you...
Quit worrying, Leroy. If your uncle said you're going to go, you're going to go.
That's right.
He ain't wishy.
No, indeed.
He ain't washy.
No, sir.
He ain't wishy-washy. You're going to go.
Well, I just want to be sure. Because there have been a few times...
Leroy, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Make a decision and stand by it.
When do you plan to go, Miss Gildersleeve?
Tomorrow.
Oh, just a minute.
I was just thinking, when you and Leroy go to the lake, you won't be needing Bertie that week.
Yeah, that's right. It'll give you a week off, Bertie.
Yes, to give me a chance to visit my sister. When do you plan to go, Miss Gildersleeve?
Today.
Leroy.
You tell me what you're going to need, Mr. Gildersleeve, and I'll start packing.
Fine, Bertie.
Yeah, man, we're going. Look, here in the paper. There's an ad. Cabin for rent. I marked it while I was eating breakfast. Here, you see it?
Yeah. Right between the jelly and the syrup.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, let's see. Rustic cabin on lake, furnished. Big trees, good fishing, $35 a week. $35 a week?
Yeah, that's the rent.
Rent? That's robbery.
But, Unc, it's furnished with trees and fish.
I don't care how it's furnished. That's ridiculous.
Oh, but, Unc.
No, my boy, let's not get carried away. Just because it's the summer season, these cabin people think they can put their rates sky high. Well, by George, they may make a pigeon out of somebody else. They're not going to snooker your old uncle. I can tell you that.
You mean we're not going?
Yeah, I didn't say that. We're going to get a cabin. But this year, I'm going to play it smart.
No, Unc, can't we just take...
Leroy, there are ways of getting things without going out and throwing your money around. If you're ever going to be a success, you've got to learn to use your head. Be shrewd, like me.
Yeah?
Well, I mean it. Why should I pay good money for a cabin on the lake? Petey has one he never uses. Right on a lake. Even has a boat. With a steamboat whistle on it.
No kidding?
Absolutely. And he'll be glad to let us use it. For nothing.
Are you sure?
Certainly. Yeah, I need some cigars anyway. I'll go down to the drugstore and ask him right now.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, you see, my boy? Already this morning you've learned two things. Always do what you say you're going to do, and be shrewd.
Yeah. You sure teach me a lot, Unc.
You will. I try.
You know something, Unc? I ought to just quit school and follow you around.
What a fine boy.
What are you slowing down for, Unc? Aren't you going in the drugstore?
Well, I'm going in, but you wait out here for me.
I want to listen while you ask him.
Nothing doing. I may have to use diplomacy on Petey, and you're too eager. If he thinks I want the cabin, he might get standoffish. And I've got to make him force it on me.
But I thought you said...
Never mind. I'll handle it.
Okay.
Hello, Petey.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
Well, first of all, you can give me a handful of cigars. The 15 centers.
15 centers today. Living it up a little, are you?
Well, you know me, Petey.
Yes, I do. That's why I wondered.
Just put them on my bill.
Very well.
You know, I spend a lot of money with you every month, Petey.
Well, I spend a lot of money with you. You don't exactly give that water away, you know.
I can see he's going to be hard to handle. Going any place on your vacation this month, Petey?
Yes, I'm spending my vacation in the quietest place I can think of.
Oh? Where are you going?
Home. Mrs. Peavy's going to be away for a week.
Well, nice idea. Thought possibly you might be going up to your cabin at Moose Lake.
No, I'm staying home.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking around for a place to stay, spend a week. Sort of a cabin, maybe. You're on a lake.
No. I noticed several of them advertised in the paper.
Yes, but the prices are pretty steep. In fact, it occurred to me that maybe one of my very good friends, some generous fellow, might offer to let me use his cabin.
Well, yes, some fellow might do that.
I'd been thinking in terms of Moose Lake.
Moose Lake, it's a nice place.
What a tough customer. He isn't giving an inch. You did say you weren't going to use your cabin.
Well, I have no plans right at the moment. Let's see, who do I know who has a cabin at Moose Lake who's a friend of yours?
Confound it, Petey. Quit beating around the bush. If you don't want me to use your cabin, come right out and say so.
I didn't say anything either way.
Well, say something either way. Doesn't matter to me. I know dozens of people who'd be delighted to let me use their cabin.
Well, then, why don't you go ahead?
Because I like yours better. Yeah, I mean, you're a better friend of mine. Look, Petey, I'm not being pushy, but how about it?
How about what?
Using your cabin. You don't have to be diplomatic like I am. Just come right out and say yes or no. You know, I can take no for an answer.
He's never taken it yet.
Well, Petey?
All right, you can use the cabin.
Well, fine. I knew you would. Good friend. Where do you keep the key?
It's hanging up on a nail right next to the fish pole in the back room.
The key is inside the cabin? How do I get in?
Call in the window.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I used to keep the key under the doormat, but there's a squirrel who lives in an oak tree in front of the place, and every winter he used to take the key and put it up in his nest up in the tree.
Oh?
I figured it was easier to climb in the window than to climb the tree.
Well, thanks a lot, Petey. You're a real friend. We'll take good care of the cabin and the boat. And when I come back, I'll bring you a big fat bass.
All right, and have a good time.
We will. Thanks again, old friend. See you in a week. Bye. Goodbye.
How'd you do, Unc? Did you get it? Are we going? Did you get the cabin?
You bet. I had to be very tactful about it, but by shrewd maneuvering, I swung the deal.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you see? We got a fine cabin, and it isn't costing us a nickel. We'll leave in the morning.
Unc, you're a genius. I'll go home and start getting stuff together.
Yeah, you do that. I'm going to stop by Floyd's barber shop and pick up my boots that he bought.
Okay, but don't get a haircut or a shave. We're going to rough it, boy. We got to look grizzled.
You're all right, my boy. On your way. Scoot. Floyd. Oh, Floyd.
Hi, Commish. I was out in the back room heating up some glue.
Glue?
And one of my customers broke his mug. His shaving mug.
Oh.
Climb up in the chair, Commish. What'll it be, a haircut?
No, nothing today, Floyd. I just stopped by to pick up my boots.
Oh, yeah, them.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself this morning, Floyd.
What'd you do? Cut off the mayor's water?
Nope. I just gave little Leroy a fine object lesson in shrewd business.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was all fired up about running a cabin. $35 a week.
Beat the guy down to 30, huh?
Certainly not. I got the cabin for nothing.
Oh?
Yeah, I fast-talked Peavy into letting me use his. Free.
Well, you can't get him any cheaper than that. How come you got Peavy's cabin?
Because he practically insisted that I take it, that's why. And it's a fine cabin.
Yeah, it's okay. But you ought to see Ed Hinkle's place up at Eagle Lake. Now, there's a real layout.
Oh? Well, there's nothing wrong with Peavy's place.
Oh, sure, it's all right. But Hinkle's cabin makes Peavy's look like a chicken house. He's got everything in it. Big fireplace, freezer, front porch, right over the lake. You can sit in your rocking chair and catch rock bass.
Sounds pretty good.
Hey, wait a minute. There's Ed's boy coming down the street. Hey, Bud! Come here a minute.
What's the matter, Floyd?
Come on in. I want you to meet a friend of mine. Bud, this here is Mr. Gildersleeve.
Glad to meet you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bud.
Bud and his dad's been customers of mine from way back. I give Bud his ducktail here. How you like that? Pretty classy, huh?
Yeah, fine. Looks just like a duck. In back.
Bud, I was telling the commish here about the swell layout you folks got up at Eagle Lake.
Oh, yeah, it's a sharp deal.
Guess you folks spend a lot of time up there, huh, kid?
Not too much anymore. Too many pretty girls up there.
This keeps you away?
Yeah, my mom decided it was dangerous. Those girls are walking around the beach all the time, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it gets my dad pretty confused. He keeps walking off the end of the dock all the time.
Oh?
Last time we were up there, he wondered why he couldn't start the outboard motor. He had the rope wound around Mom's head. That was the last time we were up there.
I can see your mother's point of view. And your father's, too.
Mom don't like it up there. Dad does.
Yes, well.
Well, I got a rope. Glad to have met you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Glad to have met you, Bud.
I'll see you, Floyd.
Okay, Bud. Now, you see, Commish? If I'd known you were looking for a place, I could have got their cabin for you.
It sure sounds better than Peavy's.
Oh, it's a real establishment.
Think you can still get it, Floyd?
Sure. All I got to do is call Ed.
Right, George. I'll tell Peavy something's come up. I can get out of it.
Sure, the Peeve won't mind. I'll go call Ed and tell him you want to use the cabin.
Tell him I'm the water commissioner, Floyd.
I don't know, Commish. The pressure's been pretty low lately. I'll just tell him you're a friend of mine.
Yeah, all right.
You still here, huh?
Yeah, I'll be along in a minute.
I was talking to the mailman. I told him we were going up to Moose Lake.
Yeah, well,
He says if we catch any moose, we can give him one. He's a cut-up.
Well, things have changed a little. We're not going to Moose Lake.
Not going?
No, I've got a better deal. I'm getting a much nicer cabin up at Eagle Lake.
But, Unc, you already told Mr. Peavy you'd take his place.
But, Leroy, this one is better. A lot better.
Oh, for corn's sake, why don't we just rent the cabin that's advertised in the paper?
No, my boy, I told you this morning, you've got to be smart. The better deal comes along, take the better deal.
Yeah, but you said always do what you say you're going to do, and you told Peavy.
Well, this is different.
Well, what about a bird in the hand being better than two in the bush?
That's just an old-fashioned saying. There are times when the shrewd thing to do is to take the two in the bushes.
Okay, if you say so.
You bet. You leave the planning to me, my boy. We're going up to Eagle Lake. Strictly first class. Right, George Gildersleeve, you're a shrewd operator.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. How's your imagination tonight? Well, let's try it. Just imagine a shimmering lime gelatin mold filled with luscious bits of peaches, pears, pineapple, and cherries, and nestled on a bed of cool, fresh lettuce. That's a salad masterpiece. But it's not quite complete. You need a salad dressing, too. one that'll bring out the very best in your salad. And the salad dressing to choose is the one with the flavor millions of folks call just exactly right. Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip salad dressing has a lively, teasing flavor, a different flavor you won't find in any other salad dressing. Because Miracle Whip is made from a secret recipe that combines the best qualities of old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine mayonnaise. So many people like Miracle Whip so much, it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created, outselling the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Enjoy delicious, satiny Miracle Whip on your salad. Now, during summer, chances are salads are a more important part of your menu than ever, so make sure they taste their best. Make them with Miracle Whip. There's only one Miracle Whip salad dressing, so be sure you see the name on the jar you buy. Miracle Whip, made only by Kraft. Now let's get back to the great Gildersleeve. After considerable effort, the great man talked Mr. Peavy into the free use of his cabin at Moose Lake. That was fine, but then a better proposition presented itself. An even better cabin at Eagle Lake. This through a friend of Floyd Munson's. So now we find our water commissioner heading back to Peavy's drugstore.
You wonder how I'll explain this to Peavy. I could tell him the truth. No, there's no point in doing that. I'll have to be diplomatic. Yeah, hello, Peavy.
Yeah, you back already? You made a pretty quick trip.
No, we haven't exactly gone yet. The fact is, a couple of unforeseen circumstances have come up. Yeah, unexpectedly.
Changed your mind about going, did you?
Well, in a way, yes. Yeah, I got to thinking about it, Peavy. Decided it was just too much to ask of even an old friend like you, borrowing your cabin.
Well, just as long as I know what you're going to do.
It's just that I don't like to impose on my friends. You never can tell what might happen. Leroy might put his foot through a window or something.
It's not Leroy's feet that I'm worried about.
You probably have a lot of treasured personal belongings in the cabin, and if something should be lost, I'd never forgive myself.
Well, if you don't want the cabin.
No, it's not that I don't want it, Peavy.
Well, then go ahead and go.
Peavy, stop being so bullheaded. Now, I'm only thinking of you. I'm protecting your interests.
Protecting me from who?
Me. When I get out in the woods, I'm dangerous. I might wreck your cabin completely. Oh, it isn't worth taking a chance, Peavy.
No, I guess it isn't.
I'd rather give up the whole idea than run even the slightest risk of losing your friendship.
No?
Friendship like ours is too priceless a thing to gamble with. I much prefer to look forward to a pleasant and ever-ripening companionship with my old friend Pete.
Mr. Gildersleeve, where is this other cabin that you located?
It's up at Eagle Lake. Oh, Peavy!
And stuff, Bertie.
You can't carry it in a pile like that, Leroy. You got to get a box or something.
No, we'll just heave it in the car, and when we get up there, we'll heave it out again. We're going to rough it.
You're going to get it so rough you're never going to find anything.
Bertie! Leroy!
Out in the kitchen, Unc.
Well, it's all set. Floyd made the arrangements with Mr. Hinkle, and I explained to Peavy.
Leroy says you ain't going to Mr. Peavy's cabin.
No, I found a much better one, Bertie. This is a veritable palace in the pines. Has mattresses on the beds, and an outboard motor, real class.
I thought we were going to rough it, Unc.
Oh, we'll rough it, don't worry. You can do the cooking.
I still think we should have stuck with Mr. Peavy's cabin.
Leroy, stop being short-sighted. Just because you had a ham sandwich, would you refuse a whole ham?
Uncle Mort, anybody home?
Hey, there's Marge.
We're out in the kitchen, Miss Marjorie.
Hi, everybody. What's going on, Unky?
Well, Leroy and I are taking off for a week. Going up to a beautiful cabin on Eagle Lake.
Oh, wonderful.
At least we think we're going. Unc's changing his mind so fast we're never sure.
Leroy, I'm not changing my mind. Simply because I found a better place. Probably the nicest cabin in the whole area.
Well, whose cabin is it, Unky?
It belongs to Ed Hinkle. There's everything. Beautiful spot.
Oh, the Hinkle place. I've been up there.
How is it?
Oh, it's all right.
What do you mean, all right?
Well, it's clean. Why
didn't you tell me you were looking for a cabin, Unky? I could have gotten a Johnson's place.
Johnson's?
Oh, for corn's sake.
Leroy, stop grumbling. What's this Johnson place like?
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's a summer home. Electric kitchen, air conditioning, a beautiful speedboat.
Oh, brother.
Look, Unc.
Leroy, don't interrupt. I'm thinking.
Why don't we just rent the place that's advertised in the paper?
Leroy. Marjorie, that Johnson place sounds pretty good.
But we want to rough it.
Yeah, I've never driven one of those speedboats. I'll bet that's really something.
Are you changing your mind again, Unc?
I'm not changing my mind. I'm just using strategy, that's all. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Where are you going?
I'll be back in a minute. Hello, Floyd.
Oh, hi, Commish. All ready to take off for Eagle Lake?
Floyd, old friend, something has come up.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got to thinking. It's a terrific responsibility taking over somebody else's expensive cabin.
Oh, don't worry about it. Ed Hinkle's a good friend of mine. I've been cutting his hair for years.
That's just it, Floyd. I want you to keep on cutting his hair.
What are you getting at, Commish?
I just don't want to take the responsibility, Floyd. If something should happen, if we should knock a hole in the speedboat or something...
He don't have a speedboat.
Yeah, I mean the outboard. The outboard. One little mistake, and you'd lose a friend and a good customer. And I'd never forgive myself.
You mean you're not taking the place?
No, it's not that I don't want to, Floyd. I'm just thinking of you and your customers. It's your livelihood, Floyd. And as much as I'd like to use the Hinkle's cabin, I just can't bring myself to risk it.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate their offer deeply. But I value our friendship, too. I wouldn't have anything destroy that friendship. Absolutely not.
Commish.
Right.
Whose place you got lined up now?
Floyd, you too? Suspicious barber.
Where'd your uncle go, Leroy?
I'll bet 2 bits he went to Floyd's barber shop.
Well, everything's packed. All you got to have now is a place to go.
Leroy!
Yeah?
Where's Marjorie?
She went next door. What are we doing now, Unc?
We're doing the shrewd thing. Leroy, we're going to the Johnsons' summer home.
But, Unc, we might as well go to a hotel.
Oh, this is better than any hotel in town. You can drive the speedboats.
Speedboats, air conditioning. What did we start out with, Unc? Just a nice, simple little cabin by a lake. Now, look, we got a production.
You bet. We're going strictly first class. Right, George, I can see myself sitting on the veranda of the Johnson summer estate. Big cigar, waving to the yachts as they sail by.
I got your things all ready, Mr. Gildersleeve. You want to put them in the car?
Yeah, I don't know, Bertie. I may not even take my car. It's pretty old.
How do we get up there? Hitchhike?
Certainly not. Going up to a swanky place like the Johnsons, I may rent a little better-looking car. A convertible, maybe. Throw my golf clubs in the back seat.
Oh, brother.
Hi, Unky.
Oh, there you are, my dear. Well, we're ready to go.
We'll have a nice time. It's a good thing you're going to the Hinkle's cabin, Unky.
What's this?
I just phoned the Johnsons. The maid said they're up at their summer home.
They're up there?
Mm-hmm. We couldn't have gotten it anyway.
Zeke trapped.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
What's the matter?
Remember the story about the dog standing on the bridge with a bone in his mouth?
Yes.
Looked down in the water and saw his reflection. Thought it was another dog with a bigger bone. So he dropped the one he had and grabbed for the bigger one. What did he wind up with? Nothing.
All right, Leroy.
Leroy, what are you talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing my uncle, the one and only Throckmorton P. Bone Dropper.
Leroy, that will do.
Unky, you didn't give up the Hinkle's cabin before you knew it.
Oh, yes, he did.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, why didn't you tell me?
Well, never mind. It's too late now. Leroy.
I know what you're going to say, Unc, and I got it right here. The ad section of the paper, cabins for rent.
Yes, yes.
Just come with me, Unc. The telephone is right this way.
I know where the phone is.
Here's the same ad. Cabin on lake, furnished.
Yeah. All right. I'll call him up. What's the number?
476.
Where have I heard that number before?
One of your girlfriends?
No, it just sounds familiar.
Well, hurry up, huh?
I can't dial any faster. $35 a week for a cabin. I wonder who this robber is.
Peavy's Pharmacy.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Do you like chicken salad? Then try this unusually delicious variation. Add drained canned pineapple chunks to it. It's wonderful. And to be sure your pineapple chicken salad is at its best, make it with a truly fine salad dressing, Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip salad dressing has a perfect flavor all its own, a flavor you can't find in any other salad dressing. Get a jar of delicious, different-tasting Miracle Whip tomorrow. See what wonderful things it can do for your salads.
This is the life. What a beautiful view from the veranda. This dollar cigar tastes fine. Hello, Mrs. Vandergruber. Beautiful yacht you have there. Hello, Mr. Froppenshire. You must stop in for tea one day. Oh? Dinner at your estate? Sounds grand, old boy. Simply grand. I'll buzz over in my imported twin-engine speedboat.
Unc, you awake?
Hey, what you got? Rush? Huh?
Isn't this keen?
What's that?
This is a perfect vacation. Sleeping on the ground in a good old pup tent.
Go back to sleep. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott, Andy White, and Paul West, and is transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Lillian Randolph, Mary Lee Robb, Tommy Cook, Arthur Q. Bryan, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week throughout the summer for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
What's your favorite kind of sandwich? Cheese, ham, chicken? Well, whichever it is, it'll taste better than ever with Miracle Sandwich Spread. Try it. See what a delicious lift Miracle Sandwich Spread gives your sandwich. Miracle Sandwich Spread is made by Kraft from America's favorite salad dressing, Miracle Whip, and spicy relishes. For a really good yet thrifty sandwich, use Miracle Sandwich Spread alone. Get a jar tomorrow. Miracle Sandwich Spread.
Tonight, enjoy the best of Groucho on NBC.